G'day everyone, welcome to TF Live. You are tuned into the OZFortress Season 27 Premiere Grand Finals. My name is Xander, joining me on co-caster tonight is Michael, and we are being backed tonight by three wonderful analysts, I should say, all with Prem experience from many seasons in the past. We have Dubious, Sean, and Cookie. We'll just start by asking how we're all doing, I guess. How you doing, Michael?
Yeah, I'm going well, Xander. Keen to watch some high quality Team Fortress 2 Grand Final. Best time of the season, so I'm excited.
Yeah, we might start by talking about these teams really quick and then hand it over to our analysts to talk about it a little bit. So these two teams are Butterfly Effect and Happy Feet, who've been duking it out really close together this season. So it should be a fantastic game for us tonight. Do you want to take us down one of these teams, Michael?
Yeah, I'll go down the Butterfly Effect roster. So they have Raze on Flank Scout, Rocky on Combo Scout, Fane on Roamer, Spade on Pocket, Dogroll on Demo Man, and Arnold on Medic.
Sure, I'll take us down the Happy Feet roster in that case. The Scouts are Aisho, and I believe it's actually swapped tonight. Down is swapping from Roamer onto Scout, and Elmo has swapped onto Roamer from that. I'm sure our analysts will have lots to say about that. The Pocket is Yule, the Demo is Redcoat Zygote, and the Medic is Lau to bring those up. That being said, let's hand over to our analysts tonight to talk about these teams, how they'll stack up against each other, and the map choices for tonight, all that kind of good stuff. Over to you, Sean, Dubious, and Cookie.
Yeah, hello. Thanks for that. Hey. Yeah, I mean, a bit of an interesting late swing, I guess, in the last week with Down and Elmo sort of swapping roles on Happy Feet.
Yeah, it's been really interesting. Apart from that, most teams have played pretty much with these rosters for the season. In week 3, they both tied each map, and then upper bracket playoffs, Butterfly Effect beat out both maps as well, and they were on Product and Reckoner, and then Snakewater and Bagel. So basically, let's look. Happy Feet have banned most of they've banned Product. So I doubt, they basically don't want to play Koth map.
They banned Bagel. The first map is going to be Product.
Yeah, the first banned by Butterfly, so that'll be our first map. Then Bagel banned by Happy Feet. And then we've got Product picked by Butterfly Effect, which that'll be, this one. Granary second on Happy Feet. And then Butterfly Effect picked Logjam, Happy Feet Sunshine, and then Butterfly Snakewater. Yeah. So we're going to have a bit of a DM fest on the first map, hey?
Yeah, Product was traditionally like Butterfly Effect's prime map all season, with Rocky taking like insane trades. But the swap between Down and Elmo is actually really good for Happy Feet, because Down plays more relaxed Flank Scout, as in he's more tight to the combo. But
are they
I think we're going live.
Actually readying up now? Yeah, sorry to interrupt you guys, but we are live with our first map of the Season 27 Grand Final. Who are you going to watch on this first mid, Michael?
I want to see the way that Rocky plays this. He's rolling himself out cliff right now and taking height on the rock early, getting some just, small shots off, trying to deny those crit heals early. And you're going to get some bombs going across the mid. Yule will die immediately, and Elmo, he'll fail his jump and have to back out to his own grass, leaving Redcoat hung out to dry here as Fane will clean him up. And that will signal for the rest of Butterfly Effect to leave, as they just lost too many people early.
Yeah, that was a really unfortunate bomb by Yule. He got slapped out of the air by a really nice sticky from Dogroll and then crushed into the ground, basically insta-dying. Elmo actually playing some really smart late bombs in there, but Fane was just too smart picking off Redcoat, and that forces them to back off and play passive. Ubers are now even with the mid having fallen towards the red team on your screens right now. Some spam just being exchanged as Happy Feet are starting to get this, and this is the trades that we were talking about from Rocky just before before, and the trade has come out, and it's actually much better for the side of Happy Feet right now. Rocky does die in the post-Uber, and they're all ground has been taken by Happy Feet right now. The Uber trade, yeah, much more favorable for Happy Feet there, as they have all the positioning in the post-fight, Michael.
Yeah, taking that almost immediately once the Ubers leveled out and they had their plays. You've got Raze trying to get something aggressive, but he'll lose his life for it to iShow. And you've got Spade as well. Oh, that was grotty.
Fane is so thick. That was an excellent bomb. He unfortunately loses his life without a second frag to his name. Fane and Rocky both going down. The trade of Yule is quite important, though, as Dogroll is just starting to muscle this as their better spawners are now coming into effect. Josh, or Spade on your screen, is getting spammed out a little bit on the cliff right now by the blue demo man. Looks like as these Ubers are pretty much even. It's just going to be a bit of a spam game until someone makes the initiative here, Michael.
Yeah, you're going to have Butterfly try and edge the point a little bit before getting, knowing that they will have the time to get the Uber. They'll lose Fane right before they can use and actually get forced onto Dogroll because he gets low there, and they're going to have to back out with the rest of this Uber, with Happy Feet having much better an Uber. Arnold getting left in the house alone for a little bit, but he will escape from Redcoat. As Happy Feet, they're going to try and retake the point here with both soldiers being down for now on Butterfly.
Yeah, early death for Fane there, and Josh getting caught behind as he tries to make something happen in the post-Ubers. Yet again, another even Uber situation, but this is some really smart play from both teams coming out as they're exchanging the spam and playing this positioning game really, really hard. Lau's heals coming out really, really effectively right now, as Arnold actually does, I believe, eat a pipe there a little bit. Has to back to get the cliff pack there a little bit, as we are just seeing if Butterfly Effect can get something happening on the point. Looks like Rocky is playing that a little bit aggressive. There's a lot of cap time on them for it, baiting the team forward into it. They're forcing them to play this point, and they're winning the spam duel at the moment. Point does get capped on the side of Butterfly Effect, and the Ubers are only now just even. Fane taken down solo, does lose his life in the end of that, and the trade is now going to be much, much more favorable on the side of what are they called? Happy Feet, but everyone is just waiting for an arrow. iShow misses the arrow call and goes a little bit too far forward. 2 frags on the side of blue team. The Uber does get used out from red though, and Lau is running with down all the way out on the side of the cliff. He is in no danger of getting forced right now, as their spawns are going to come up very, very soon, and this is a really favorable repush situation for them, Michael.
Yeah, Butterfly Effect only just leveling out the times there, and you're going to see Happy Feet push up underneath their cliff. Spade's going to try and jump high to get something in. Fane wrapping around as well, but the Uber is going to be way too aggressive for Butterfly Effect. Redcoat is actually so aggressive on the cliff, trying to catch out Arnold, but he will leave. iShow tries to get something done in spawn. He'll lose his life, but Happy Feet won't actually get the cap off of that. They committed too much to try and kill Arnold. So they're just going to get re-fought here by the double scouts of Butterfly, and this is actually not good for them right here.
Yeah, excellent survivability. They kind of played around their medic really, really well there, did Butterfly Effect. Everyone was so low in that post-fight, but they won the fight that they needed to. Bombs now coming in. Arnold is not taking damage. Oh, down to 10 health right at the end. That was a huge four-man sack. Yeah, four-man sack from the side of Happy Feet there, not finding Arnold as he was taken down so low. And this is a really commanding position for Butterfly Effect, Michael.
Yeah, I really like the way... I like the decision they made there. They know that they had the Uber disadvantage because Lau died. So they just grind out the Uber. They're going to take this fight now. 7 seconds left on the clock. You've got Rocky taking it actually really far forward, leaving the Uber of Happy Feet behind them, forcing their unubered players to come to the point, and you're going to have Butterfly Effect all nice and healthy collapse on this point to try and let them... actually, they're going to let them get the cap there and retake it afterwards. Lau and Redcoat being left alone, and that will be the first round going towards Butterfly Effect with a bit of a shaky end.
That was so wild. Those Ubers going so deep into everyone else's territory. Unfortunately, Happy Feet not finding any frags, and the post-fight looked like it was going to go their way, and then Spade hit some really nice damage. And just really sealed the deal for his team just there. We head into our second mid now, though. Dogroll and his demo counterpart in Redcoat both exchanging some spam right now, and it is again Yule, the first person to jump. He gets absolutely caught out. Elmo jumps 2, manages to get the assist onto Doggerel, and Redcoat is cleaning up some frags right now. 2 down on each team right now. It's all the soldiers going down, but the absence of Rocky here looks like it's going to bite Red Team in the underpants, I should say, because I'm sure there's some people watching this right now. Redcoat does lose his life to Raised and Josh. Both die too. A little bit too little too late, though, as the point does fall, Michael.
Yeah, and this Uber advantage in the favor of Happy Feet, it's going to be exactly what they're looking for. They know that they are just going to wait for the wait for the sack attempt to come in from Butterfly Effect. They're coming up on the Uber now. You've got Raze and Rocky getting pretty aggressive on the point. Aisho's looking to take that trade. Getting Doggerel low, he will actually stay out of this fight, but with Redcoat getting forced out as well, no demo men, this post fight is going to be a little bit sketchy. Spade getting forced off of Hyde, he's got Yule coming in for a bomb, pressuring Butterfly Effect away from the point, and Happy Feet are going to come out on top of this, losing no players on either team, just a lot of damage.
Yeah, some really nice arrows from Lau to keep his team in the fight here, as everyone is just now bombing forward. Yule and Elmo both lose their life, but some nice sticky placement does catch Arnold. Lau maybe overstaying his welcome as the deep bomb in from Josh, Rocky, and Fane. They all get him down, and that is a wipe on the side of Happy Feet. They overstayed their welcome just a little bit too much there, Michael.
Yeah, that was some really crazy counter aggression there right after the Ubers, knowing the fight that they want to take and setting that pace. I mean, I feel like I was caught off guard by that, right? I was ready for, maybe a few seconds of downtime, but no. Butterfly Effect, they don't want to let that time lead get too big, taking the point and putting themselves in a situation where they've got a little bit of Uber ad, but nothing that either team will really consider an advantage. As Happy Feet, they're going to actually walk forward here. A lot of spam getting put onto Lau early. He's got to sit really far back, and that's going to let the rest of Butterfly Effect get aggressive and try and pick these players off that are taking the point. All of them going below half health.
So low. Yeah, they have to back here. Looks like Redcoat may be taken out. No, he does actually manage to get back with his team. He was a little bit too far forward there, and this is just such a commanding position from Butterfly Effect as they're holding this point so comfortably right now. Doggerel spamming some teams out as well. Just like all of that damage onto Lau did force them back. Yule loses his life in this aggressive trade, but now we have another aggressive trade. Looks like Doggerel is actually going to lose his life there, but the Uber is just that little bit too deep. Lau surely dies here. Lau does get caught out by Rocky there. Aisho loses his life too. Rocky gets traded out. Demo and Scout down on the side of Red Team, and the other Scout finally falling in Raise there, but it's just too alive. Arnold, of course, crucially surviving there, which will keep his team in the commanding position that they've been playing with all game, Michael.
Yeah, and they're going to look at taking these heals. It's not quite an Uber advantage, but they want to pressure this point as much as they can before it gets capped. And should they force Aisha off the point for a little bit there, they'll be happy with that, just getting as much time as possible, extending their own lead. As, Ubers are completely even here. You've got Rocky trying to get something aggressive.
He's
He'll
so
get
deep.
Redcoat.
Oh.
That was really clean from Rocky on the Redcoat. There's no way he should be getting picks like that. But you've got down, he'll get spammed out a lot, you're getting aggressive, and actually knocking Doggerel into the air is Elmo. They'll trade for each other, with Spade going down as well, and this looks like it's going to be a little bit of a reset for Butterfly Effect. Wait until Doggerel gets back up, and then try and make a push with the Uber that they'll be getting really soon.
Yeah, looked like Doggerel just got juggled a little bit, unfortunately, straight up in the air, and Elmo took advantage of that, just managing to get that quick frag, which really won his team that point. Time on the point and Ubers are all even. Arnold cops a pipe and gets forced, though. Nice milk from Lau there, keeping his team in the fight. Yule is actually surviving right now, which is crucial, and Rocky dies in the post-trade. Some nice arrows being hit by Lau to keep his team nice and healed up, and it looks like the point has not traded hands at this stage. Waiting for some commitment from the soldiers on the side of Red Team. Looks like they're just waiting for Rocky to come back up before anything is committed from either side. Time is ticking down on the side of Happy Feet's clock, though, and they're really nicely positioned right now.
Yeah, Redcoat getting so far forward, knocking Doggerel back, but eating a bit of damage himself. They'll both get healed up here. You got an aggressive bomb coming in from Yule. Nice serve from Arnold to land on his own battlements. As Happy Feet, they get 3 and looking for a 4th onto Fane here. He'll run with his tail between his legs and meet up with Arnold. But this is going to spell the end for Butterfly for this round.
They do not deserve those frags. They jumped onto Arnold, and Arnold hit a fat surf out, but they do just manage to clean up on all of the players that he was no longer healing. Lots of time on the point, so there is enough time for them to take this trade. Time on the point for the post Uber as well, but it looks like everyone's losing their life. 97% on Arnold, unfortunately couldn't get it to extend that fight in the end. Unfortunately doesn't make it for his team, but now we're tied up 1-1 in some really, really close gameplay here, Michael.
Yeah, definitely. I think Arnold, oh god, you feel bad getting 97% after hitting a surf like that. It's so many things will be running through his mind as to how he could have gotten that Uber to extend that fight. But we're on the third mid here. Doggerel trying to get quite aggressive, pushing past the panel a bit as you've got Yule getting in. He will try and flee through Secret. Down's actually looking to cover him, getting a lot of damage onto Spade, but Fane's landed right on top of Lau, who will survive, but oh my god.
Yule lived for so long behind, doesn't get cleaned up, gets Arnold and lots of damage onto other players too. Elmo's in the right position to follow up as well, and that is a very nice mid from Happy Feet right now. We're just going to wait for all these spawns to come up. Nice full ad from not Butterfly Effect, from Happy Feet right now. Looks like Lau is playing passive on the cliff. How would you try to break this if you were red team right now, Michael?
I'm honestly shocked they're not going for like a 4-man sack or something like that, but they're actually trying a different play where with Happy Feet expecting the 4-man sack, they're sitting really far back, and that's going to let Raze walk up to the point and cap most of it uncontested, and that's a lot of time.
And now
put on
Josh
the
is
point.
in,
And, oh my
Spade
God,
gets the force, that's huge. Arnold's in no danger either on the cliff side. Looks like some frags are getting traded on the flank here. Aisho and Yule both getting Rocky and Fane down as well, but Arnold does crucially survive, does eat a lot of damage, but does manage to live. Doggerel actually too, living on 6 health. Unfortunately, they couldn't quite get the follow-up frags here. Resets to about 30 ad right now on the side of Arnold as they're really pushing this forward, Michael.
Yeah, I really like that play. Instead of the 5-man sack trying to drop the mid, they go for the play to get the force, and it sets them up into a really nice position.
Oh,
Arnold! Oh no!
Oh.
1 health on the surf will get cleaned up by... I missed who the scout was, but just in a really good position there. I think it might have been down. Just in the right spot, get the chip shot as you can have Butterfly Effect, wait for their medic to spawn so they don't extend it.
Yeah, unfortunately he didn't quite have Uber. He would have been safe if he just used in the air there, but not quite enough. Some excellent focus fire, a little bit too eager on the trigger, I think it was, from the side of Butterfly Effect as the full Uber is now up on Lau. Looks like they're gonna wait for these bombs. Raze and Fane both dying. Doggerel actually getting anti-aired super hard, but they do get the force out. A little bit of a fear pop there from Lau, it seems, as I think he could have survived without that. Rocky gets caught. Super late death from him. That's not what you want to see in the grand finals. And we do see, while there is ad up on Arnold, it looks like they're going to try to force them out with this forward hold that's been set up right now, Michael.
Yeah, I really like the play for the forward hold. They got caught out a little bit waiting for the sack attempt last time, so they're going to meet them in their spawn. They know that they have the advantage, so if they can make them use through a doorway here, as Happy Feet will actually lose 2. Elmo and Yule, both soldiers going down only for the loss of Fane on Butterfly.
And the Uber doesn't get used either. Unfortunately, there's nothing coming out of Arnold there. They're playing the point without any spam coming in from the soldiers, and it's, they're forced to flee with their tail between their legs, not even able to go for a force play onto Arnold. Now the boots on the other foot as Arnold is playing passive on the cliff. Oh, it looks like he might want to go forward for an aggressive trade with Rocky, but the Ubers are up on both teams right now. Rocky is super forward, waiting for that trade. Arnold does save him in the end. Looks like Yule actually does live. Rocky, not opting to chase that, and now we're in the post-Uber positioning, and red team has all of the space and all of the spam. Yule, the playmaker for his team, gets taken down to such low health. Doggerel does trade, though. The soldiers are bombing in on the side of blue team. Oh, they're all falling, though. Lau forced to leave in through this cliff area, and the post-Uber position was all on the side of Happy Feet, and they clean it up here, Michael.
Yeah, I think Lau doing a really good job there just to recognize the situation he's been put in. Everyone in his team died apart from him, but he will live and actually end up with about even Ubers here. Both teams just crossing 60% there. So I think Happy Feet, they'll be fine with this. They still have about 30 seconds advantage on the timer, even though Butterfly has held it for so long. So they'll just look at taking another even Uber fight here. Red Coat getting forward, and actually you've got, Butterfly having to secede the point a little bit here. They're getting pressured back a lot by the spam here, trying to do what Butterfly was doing earlier, but to little success of their own. As we're going to see the Ubers come out here, Doggerel will die before the Uber can come out from Butterfly Effect. Yule will die as well, and Redcoat's running away from Rocky here. He'll get cleaned up in his own house. That is 2 down.
Uber was taken so deep in order to get all of those frags on the enemy cliff, but it does cost both the scout and the medic's life. Doggerel just living at the end on their cliff, but the cleanup play from Happy Feet was just so strong. They do lose their medic, but he spawns at about the same time as Arnold, which is an even Ubers situation, which is way favorable to the team that is currently holding the point. Do you reckon we'll see some kind of spam exchange here, or is this a sack play situation, you think, from Doggerel's team?
I think we're going to see Butterfly doing exactly what they're doing now. They're going to try and do that play that's been working for them, pressure the point out, but Happy Feet at this point, they are on top of it. They'll lose Redcoat to a really nice bomb from Thane, but Rocky, Thane, and Doggerel will all lose their life only for the trade of iShow. So, you know, both demos down, not great for either team, but Happy Feet will be loving this, being able to keep the point, as all 3 players from Butterfly have been forced onto the point into the line of fire. 9 seconds remaining on the clock. You've got all players spawning now for one final fight to try and cap it. Butterfly, they want to not take it to overtime, but they will just at the end. Uber comes out from Lao, and actually Arnold as well. He has to run away. As Butterfly, they've really got to fight this overtime on the side of Happy Feet. Man, Redcoat's in a really terrible position here.
They're really, Butterfly Effect are really forcing this messy fight on the back line. Flank comes in. Excellent rockets from Fane to clear up the medic too. There's no one alive to play the point, and there's just the last 10 seconds ticking away on the point for Happy, man, what are they called?
Butterfly.
Butterfly Effect, thank you. The spawns are now coming in for Happy Feet. They're bombing the point, but the health is too little too much on the side of them, and they can't clean it up. And the second round, 2-1 on the side of Butterfly Effect. I'm going to forget that team name all night. These rounds are coming right down to the wire, Michael. Who are you watching on this mid?
Oh, look, I want to watch Rocky, man. He's like doing so much on these mid fights. It's really weird. He's sitting on the rock right now, doesn't care a bit for the spam, but looking to deny Yule, which he will do. Actually, Yule will jump back around the rock, try and get onto Arnold, but you've got Raze, Yule, Elmo all losing their life. Thane almost dying there, surfing away on a bit of health into his own grass. So we've got a 3v5 here in the favor of Butterfly Effect, and they'll take this mid with Happy Feet putting up very little of a contest here.
Yeah, this early aggression from Yule, he seems to be the one who's getting forward and making space for his team, but he seems to be the first one to make the move every single time, and they just expect it now and counter it so well every time as we do head into the first Uber trade after the mid-fight. Flashes coming out from both teams right now. The Uber is ever so slightly better on the side of Red Team. The post-Uber position is all over them as well as they're standing all over the point. Elmo down, both losing their life. Only Spade caught out just a little bit far forward on the side of Redcoat's, sorry, what are they called?
I don't know which team you're talking about.
Effect.
Oh, there you go.
Oh my god. The casting juice is getting to me already. We do see the spam coming out, but the point has not fallen from the side of Butterfly Effect, as the point now just being played by Happy Feet by the blue team on your screens right now. I'm just going to call them red and blue. I can't mess that up.
Yeah, can't mess up the colors. You've got Yule dying on the side of Happy Feet. Redcoat getting a bit spammed along with Lao as well. Lao only getting his Uber now, being on about half health that entire time, having to play really passive, which will lead his team to not getting any kills or any actually, yeah, just kills. They've actually got the point the entire time.
Yeah, some sacks onto Arnold there. He hit a really nice surf onto their cliff to live from, I believe it was both Elmo and Down went for it. I'm not sure. I know at least Elmo went for it and hit the rocket that he surfed off. But here comes the trade. Yet another really deep aggressive trade from Rocky. Does manage to get Down on the flank. That's the only frag so far. We now have the post-Uber position coming into play. And yet again, the post-Uber fight is just all on Red Team's side. The post-Uber positioning from Happy Feet is so bad as everyone just jumps in and dies. thankfully Lau surviving, but yeah, the post-Uber positioning is just so much better from Butterfly Effect, and it's causing him to win every single post fight, Michael.
Yeah, I feel like what's been happening, almost all of Butterfly Effect's Ubers have been solo Ubers. It's pretty much just been Rocky and that's it. Every now and then Doggerel might get a flash or a soldier might get a flash jumping in, but it's been mostly Rocky, where Happy Feet have been trying to take in Redcoat, who's about to lose his life here, and Aisho. And that positioning with Redcoat and Aisho just hasn't been as in sync as Happy Feet might want, as we've got Happy Feet trying to make a play onto the point here.
Josh gets
Massive
annihilated
shot.
by Yule. Yule
Absolutely
does trade his
destroyed.
life for it. 2 down on each team now. Aisho just spawning up. Down's in deep, seeing if he can get something. Lau is separated from the entirety of the rest of his team, though. Aisho just meeting him up on the spawner there. But Elmo and Redcoat both losing their life. Just consolidating the point even more. 10 seconds left, and Happy Feet have not yet capped at all this round, Michael.
Yeah, definitely 3 seconds left on the clock. Ubers will be traded on the point. Yule dying immediately. Doggerel's actually getting chased down by Aisho, employing Rocky's tactics for little to his own success. Down Aisho, both scouts falling on the side of Happy Feet. Elmo trying for something onto the point. Really
Elmo
nice rocket on the
Josh,
spade.
but yeah, Redcoat gets annihilated too, and again, the positioning was all on the side of Butterfly Effect. That is a 3-1 that you see on our first map of product here, Michael. Very, very exciting, close gameplay.
Yeah, really. I think Rocky was on a tear that game. Nothing can stop this man, and if he continues this form into the rest of the series, we might be seeing more, very one-sided gameplay from Butterfly Effect, as I think it's probably going to be a good time to toss it over to our analysts. How are you guys feeling about that game?
Yeah, that was really, really fucking interesting.
Very exciting.
Originally, Happy Feet's Ubers were better at the start of the first round, but Butterfly Effect's 4-man sacks with Feign and Spade seemed to work out for them. But generally it seems that Yule's leading most of the fights on Happy Feet, and Rocky's leading most of them on Butterfly Effect. I think what ended up happening is that Happy Feet started keeping their scouts back further, keeping them alive for the post fights. Because generally, Happy Feet couldn't cap half the time, and Butterfly Effect got the second round that way. However, eventually they balled up, they played better, and then it just flipped, and Rocky just took a bunch of solo Ubers. Redcoat or Yule got dropped in almost all of them, because they were almost forced to be in that Uber. And then, yeah, Doggerel started surviving more, and Butterfly Effect were able to win it, completely dominating the last round against Happy Feet.
Yeah, I was going to say, you can really see the difference between having scouts leading fights, particularly on product versus soldiers. I think that having Yule and Elmo sort of leading those fights into the players that were sort of waiting for them was just like not the way to play, especially on mids. You just notice like if you see Spade and Feign sort of positioning themselves back to counter jump, like, and then conversely Elmo and Yule are trying to like open the mid fight and just losing their lives instantly. I feel like that was like a stark difference in how they played. But I agree, Rocky just took it to a whole other level. Like that was like an unreal performance, particularly in the last round. I think he had 10 frags in the last round.
Yeah, we do have logs up as well. Do you have anything to say while we talk through some of these logs, Cookie?
I think those two nailed it on the head pretty much. The thing with the Rocky trades is that Doggerel knows every single time that it's going to be a solo, so he always positions himself accordingly. But Redcoat really likes to be involved in those, and then consequently Rocky gets a better Uber every single time. He gets to stay more forward, he gets to pressure the flank, and then post Uber, he's like in deep. He's forward, so his soldiers support him. And then Happy Feet are forced back. So, like you said, their soldiers have to initiate first, which are easy frags for like Raze and Spade and Feign. And then, yeah, that's all she wrote.
Yeah, I feel that the targeting from the soldiers on the side of Butterfly Effect was just so much better. Like every time Feign would lose his life, it was because he absolutely nuked the demo or nuked a couple of key classes that would help his team win the fight. Whereas I feel that, like as you say, Yule and Elmo just jumping forward, kind of dying for nothing or hitting one frag that was maybe not the frag that they needed and dying for that was just that little bit less effective.
they were the really good entry for most of the early rounds. However, yeah, Rocky and Raze sort of ended up figuring out how to deny them. However, I think they're going to be much more impactful on Granary, a historically more soldier map. I think Happy
definitely.
Feet's
I'm
combo
actually
will be able to escape much more easily from
Yeah,
their
gonna
jump.
interrupt you there as we do head live into our second map. Players keen to get this on the way. Our second map is Granary. This is a pro mod version of Granary, so it's a little bit different than what you might be playing in your pubs. But who are you watching on this mid, Michael?
I want to see Yule. When Yule gets to mid, he was leading the fight so much on product, as he does have a really aggressive bomb right onto Arnold, doing a lot of damage, which will lead Elmo to the cleanup. Really early pick onto Arnold here. Really looking in Happy Feet's favor, as Rocky and Fane will fall for Butterfly as well. Doggerel's been left on no health. Spade trying to make the bomb. So much damage.
Low. Oh my god, he lives.
Damn, that was really well played by Lau. I think any medic that's played on Granary, you know that the moment that the other team's medic dies, you have a death wish put on you by everyone else on the other team. And if you're not on the high ground like Lau was at the start of that mid, it's really difficult. But Lau just positioning himself perfectly to get out of Death Corner there, as it is so appropriately named. As,
he had to hit a pretty nice surf though, and if his team hadn't protected him from Raze, he would definitely have died. They do reset into a full Uber ad push. The sniper is actually up on Rocky, seeing if he can get anything done. A little bit of spam damage, but he doesn't really get anything here. As the damage, as the sort of initiation from Yule actually did manage to work out for his team on that mid, resets into a full ad last. We see the off classes of Engineer and Heavy being played. Rocky switched off to Heavy, and Engineer is up on Raze. The big bomb from Spade, and the arrow from Arnold actually keeps him alive for a lot longer there. Gun only just now being dealt with by the Demo Man, and Rocky only just dying as well. Looks like they will successfully convert this, but it was really, really close, as Arnold actually, I think, managed to get an Uber off, but unfortunately could get nothing done with it, as they do take this really aggressively into a 1-0 lead. Do Happy Feet, Michael?
Yeah, really quick round there off of the aggression of Yule. I want to see if Butterfly Effect are going to be able to adapt to try and deal with it, or if they are just going to let it happen and try to play the other areas of the map that Yule and Elmo won't be. I think that's an advantage that Happy Feet probably have a little bit on this map, is the just like the way that their soldiers are going to bomb. You've got Spade and Fane both going across, but in the meantime, Yule and Elmo, they've gone across and both got midst actually, along with Redcode.
Yeah, Doggerel hit some fat damage there, as both soldiers tried to nuke the enemy team's upper crate there. I think it was Red Crate. They all bombed there. They did get one, but unfortunately got nuked by everyone. And while that was happening, Doggerel walked forward and got 2 quick frags, which really set his team up to win that. Both medics do survive though, which sets us off into this interesting yard hold. We do see a lot of people say that this is the only 7 CP map that we see in TF2, because this yard acts as such a control point area, and it's quite easy to hold and easy to push depending on which team you are, or quite easy to stalemate on, which is what we're going to see right now, as we do see one of the first stalemates of this entire series, actually, Michael.
Yeah, a lot of action on product, but Granary, you know, I don't think anyone's super surprised here that, you know, the first time that it's an even situation going into yard, we're going to take a breather here. Raze, he wants this to be a short-lived breather though. He's going all the way behind, trying to bring down an Elmo back with him. Will only catch the eyes of Elmo though. Actually, Down will come back to help with the fight and clean up Raze.
Nicely cleaned up. I would be not surprised to see him come back as an off-class. His sniper is quite good, so we could see him come up sniper, see him come up spy. As we do wait for the counter-sack coming in from blue team, we don't actually see them going for anything. They're playing really, really safe right now, as they are 1 round up. They're not feeling the pressure that the other team is feeling to make something happen right now. We do see, as I predicted, because I'm a professional gamer, Raze coming up on sniper right now, seeing if he can work something through this garage area, Michael.
Man, I'm getting flashbacks watching Raze try and peek this through garage. The amount of times that I've just been caught off guard by this man. Lau almost finds the bullet of Raze. He will sit here for minutes until he lands a shot, and because he's in such a safe position.
Yule trying to spam him out, trying to not give him that space, does get caught by the stickies of Doggerel, and Lau is actually in a really, really good spot, but the spam is just coming through. They've chosen to break left through the lunchbox area as well. Elmo taken down quite low. Looks like he's going to hopefully get this pack, and before we do see the trade come out, Everyone is so low on the side of Butterfly Effect in this post-fight. 2 down on each team, though. That is Ray's just spawning up again onto the Scout, but this looks like Yard has been successfully held, successfully defended by Happy Feet. Rocky, really late death again here. We've seen that a couple of times from him before, and that will definitely trigger the mid cap from Happy Feet. Yeah, Butterfly Effect not even contesting this. They're happy to sit in Yard and spam this out, Michael.
I really liked what Redcoat did there. Instead of staying with his team in the Uber, he actually pushed forward in front of Garage and landed a really nice pipe onto Arnold, forcing his Uber in probably not the situation that Butterfly Effect wanted, which just made that entire fight go his team's way. That was just really good thinking, and he lived for it as well. He had no eyes on him at all. As we're going to go into yet another Yard stalemate, but on the red Yard this side. Both teams leveling up their Ubers here. Yeah, pretty much a mirror. I imagine we'll probably see... I imagine either Elmo... if someone's going to sack, it'll either be Elmo or Yule, whether from Death Corner or from Garage. Just depending on, which soldier's in the right position at the time. I don't think we will see a sack come in from Butterfly Effect, though. It's generally not the move you want to make.
The boot is definitely back on Happy Feet's foot right now. Yule has been such a good initiator of these fights. I wouldn't be surprised to see him sack, as he is technically the pocket soldier for this team, but a lot of high-level teams these days are kind of playing this double roamer situation. It looks like at the moment the play that they've gone for is actually down running behind, while Yule bombs in, trying to get that distraction play. Arnold is actually taken down super low, manages to get the pack, not even close to using. The trap is coming in, gets spayed, but Raze is actually in such a good position. Elmo surely loses his life. The crossbow coming in, and it's actually Redcoat that dies to Rocky there, and the trade has now come in. Actually, no, it is not a trade. Lau is forced, and Arnold is so far back, and this is a disaster for Happy Feet, as they are not able to hold this mid. Surely they're going to wait. Surely they play this back.
Yeah, I think they're just waiting for Rocky to come up. They're getting into aggressive position. Ray's rotating into the combo position. Elmo and you're getting into a position to sack, both going really high. But Arnold, he will wait until the sun goes down on this map, and the sun doesn't move.
Oh, Elmo farts on Josh just there.
That's really the best case scenario, right? You hit a good midi. Arnold will never leave that death corner area, and that's, the moment Elmo and Yule saw that he wasn't through, they'll be fine. But you're going to see a really aggressive Uber come out from Arnold here, and really early as well, popping before they even got through Death Corner. And they're going to fade in Yard with full Uber disadvantage. Elmo in the Ford spawn
Yule
as the
behind actually as well. Yule spamming actually quite a lot, taking them all behind. Dog roll dies too. Yule is just a late death in the backlines here, but that's exactly what they need, as they are really pushing this. But the soldier bomb, really deep from Fane, manages to get the force onto Lau. That is really nicely played by Fane. And they do manage to get the Uber out, but it looks like the health and the positioning is all on the side of blue team right now. They opt not to take the risky push though, and just safely reset on mid with just a little bit of Uber ad on the side of Arnold right now, Michael.
That was such a clean bomb by Fane. Like, it's exactly what you'd expect from him. Just really clean right on top of him. 2 rockets for the jump, leaving 2 rockets for the force. You've got the, actually the fake call coming out from Butterfly Effect, trying to psych him out a bit, 20% before they get the Uber. As they're going to break through before getting it. Rocky and Josh both getting really low without an Uber to save them. They'll both die with a solo Uber onto Dog Roll, trying to get aggressive into the garage to get a kill onto Lau. But that will not happen. Aisho staying in, allowing for the rest of his team to come through with the pick on the Fane. And they're going to roll this through with the Uber advantage. I don't think that's quite what Butterfly Effect wanted pushing in the mid there.
No, a little bit too eager on that, I think, and really well played by I think it was Elmo in particular on Happy Feet there, as he does manage to get some frags and the force out with the assistance of his team. But now the boot is on the other foot, as the Uber gets used super aggressively into last. Nice surf on the heavy by Rocky there, but all the frags are now starting to fall on the side of red team here. Some nice pipes and stickies from Redcoat. Point just now getting played by the scout of Aisho, and now the cleanup is coming in. 2-0, some really nice play. Was this their map pick? I'm not 100% sure. Does anyone?
Yes, yeah, it was their
Awesome.
map pick. This was their first pick. Butterfly Effect picking product. Teams just alternating.
Awesome, and I'm watching on this mid, actually, dog roll. I'm keen to see what these demos do. They both opt to roll out lower through the death corner here, exchange some spam. Dog roll stands on quite a few stickies though, and it looks like the spam battle is won by Redcoat on the blue team. But here comes the initiation. Elmo and Yule both trying to do the same thing. Yule unfortunately has nothing loaded by the time he lands. Some nice spam, getting some kills on the other side too. 2 down on each team. The position is all on the side of Butterfly Effect. Yet again, they are just playing the positioning game so much better than Happy Feet do, and down is another really late death, which is definitely gonna force them to back out. Nice arrow onto Redcoat to keep him alive for this second hold. Even Ubers, I should say, as we do see another yard stalemate setting up. We might see them try to make something happen of it while down is still down though. But yeah, we do just see some spam in this yard, and here is Spade initiating onto Lau. Nice rockets, unfortunately not quite enough to get anything happening on it, onto Lau, and the counter spam is coming in, but no sack committed as they are 2 rounds up. They're not feeling the need to make something of this, Michael.
Yeah, I think if they're not in a position to immediately go in for that trade sack, they're just going to set back, right? There's no point getting on the long spawn wave and, you know, putting yourself in a 6v5 when you're trying to hold even Ubers. And I think Butterfly, they're the team, they might look at, you know, pushing a fight like that if it's a 6v5 even Ubers. If it's the right player down, they'll look for it, as you do have Yule getting spammed out quite a lot by Dog Roll there. Getting an arrow
Spade
from Lau.
in yet again. Lau hitting a fat surf. Fane trying to follow it up as well. Does actually follow up onto the demo, which is quite a nice pick, but losing 2 soldiers is a little bit too much. Looks like they're going to see, Happy Feet rather, are going to see if they can muscle this a little bit through Death Corner. Down may lose his life, goes back to meet his medic, and they do choose to back out. Elmo gets caught. Yeah, Raze and Rocky both teaming up for that. Rocky taken down quite low, does meet up with his medic for some more heals. While Elmo's down, looks like they're going to try to make something of this. Yeah. Running through, taking yard for free, Michael.
Yeah, that aggressive push coming in just while Redcoat was on the spawn. They took advantage of the small window that they had and managed to take yard for it. Aggressive Uber coming in from Rocky and forcing the multi-Uber on Aisho and Redcoat here. Aisho will end up getting a kill onto Spade and meet up with his medic, the only kill going in the favor of Happy Feet on the defense, but Butterfly Effect, I don't think they're going to sit here dormant for too long. They might try and make a break through this shutter door if Happy Feet doesn't beat them to the push and actually try and leave this second point.
Yeah, this is an excellent situation for a refight if you are if you are Butterfly Effect, because they are in a position to just try to spam this out again while there is no Ubers up. Spade just constantly eating tons and tons of damage though, as his unfortunately just forced his team to back out just a little bit while he cops an arrow from his medic. Looks like they're going to try to rotate this just before the Ubers come up from both teams. Looks like they're going to try a refight from this lunchbox area. Fane and Elmo both trading in the little bit of Roma special action there. Actually, I have no idea if Fane's playing pocket or not. Doesn't matter. They trade soldiers. It's the Roma special. We do see a little bit of forward motion on the side of red team right now. They're trying to play the point. Rocky makes motions as if he's going to take a really aggressive trade here. Josh dies to the reflect from down, playing Pyro, busting out the off class early right now, as this is an excellent play from him. Down does die, but he gets so much damage off beforehand, and that is not the play that they were expecting right now. Big Pyro play in the grand finals, ladies and gentlemen. They are finally muscling this forward onto the point, and the trade does come out. Happy Feet and Happy Feet does have the solo right now, but it is Rocky getting caught behind. He's going to see if he can make something silly happen on the other side as his soldiers are just moving forward to spam. Does trade with the demo. That's a successful trade if I am Rocky right now. But Elmo coming in huge. Elmo, 3 quick frags onto the entire combo of dang it, Butterfly Effect. I always do this. There we go.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna be an Elmo's frag video anymore. I beefed that one.
No, definitely not. It's over. Elmo Huge plays through Zed there, just sitting in his little corner in the flank, waiting for his moment, and boy did he make it. You've got Raze already up on the engineer, almost signaling that butterfly effect are ready to pull out of this point.
Arnold only just now spawning. That was some really thick Roma play from Elmo there. I know there were those of you who doubted the swap. I definitely doubted it. The swap between Down and Elmo. Elmo showing that he has the soldier gameplay in him. Ubers is actually popped in through the left-hand side from the attacker's perspective here. The gun does get taken down. Spam being played. The point is so unbelievably capped. Down loses his life, but all of the health is actually on the side of Red Team. Only just now being played, and Elmo yet again focusing the point, getting the cap 3-0. Amazing play from Elmo that map, Michael.
Yeah, definitely. Elmo making the last minute of that round his. I think he, it went from doing practically nothing in the round outside of the odd bomb to, flipping it for his team. That's just
Impact
huge.
Player.
Yeah, absolutely huge. You've got Redcoat and Doggerel spamming out. Redcoat opting to stay on the height this time for a little bit longer along with his scouts. He'll drop down, meet up with his medic, and get the pack. As you're going to get a really aggressive bomb from Elmo again onto Doggerel. And Redcoat looking to get some kills on his own. Spade and Rocky also falling. Raze will die as well to iShow as they will leave Fane and Arnold to leave. Although, actually, will they? Redcoat's getting quite far forward. They will settle for Fane. As Arnold, he should be out far enough. Doggerel is on the spawn, and yeah, he will live. But another really aggressive and dominant mid coming out from Happy Feet there. Just that soldier aggression on top of Redcoat, following it up with really nice spam.
Yeah, this play, they're not going for the medic anymore. They're going for the demo man, which is a real big impact player, particularly on this middle of all middles. And it's really, really paying off for them. Both soldiers do lose their life almost every single time, but the damage and the frags that they get out is more than enough for their insects to buzz around and clean up. And they are making space to see if they can get something happening onto this last. Rocky on Sniper will slow things down a little bit. Actually, speaking of down, he does die. Doggerel gets traded to a nice trap by Redcoat. Fane dies as well. That's not what you want when you're defending last. Nice body shot on iShow. Unfortunately, he can't really get anything to follow up here. Looks like no one is making a move just yet, though, on either team. The sniper of Rocky, the death of iShow did slow them down just a little bit here. Looks like he did manage to buy his team enough time. Spade getting a little bit aggressive, trying to spam them out. Lau is in a really, really safe spot here, and we do see... does he commit? He does commit. We see the Rocky spy right now.
I think that body shot that landed onto iShow from Rocky, I'm fairly certain. iShow. Fairly certain.
You're on the cast and juice too, bro.
Oh, dude, tell me about it. I'm too far in at this point. I can't get off of it. But
Rocky cowards out. Sorry to interrupt you. He chickens out. What a coward.
He does. Yeah, going back onto the sniper. But what I was saying, I'm pretty sure the body shot that landed onto iShow before was a body block onto Lau. He timed it up accidentally, perfectly, to where it stopped Lau from dying there. I'd have to go back and check it, but it looked pretty good from where I was looking at it.
A little bit of a get down, Mr. President.
Oh, yeah.
You reckon? We do actually see Down spawning up on the sniper too, seeing if he can get something onto Rocky's counter sniper that is up right now. Nothing really going. I think they're just going to butt heads against this choke for a little while as they wait for their snipers to click on something. Yeah, if you've got about 10 minutes left, 3 rounds down on the side of Butterfly Effect like you do right now, what's your game plan? Are you going for something right now? Oh, looks like you're not.
Yeah, I think you're waiting for Down to ring some shots off. I think you had Rocky. Did he come back up on? He came back up on Scout. I saw him milling around and spawn a little bit there. So I think he's given up on his off-classing dreams as Down will continue to make some plays happen. I think they're pretty content just sitting in front of their last here, waiting for the play to open up.
Yeah, I feel like they're in no need to push here. 3 rounds up with about 11 minutes left on the timer. If you are Butterfly Effect, you need to make something happen, and that's Rocky going for it down!
Oh.
Domes Arnold! Oh my god, dropping the medic on that fight. Excellent shot by Down. Fane losing his life too, trying to get the force onto Lau. Spade trying to jump forward, actually gets a lot of damage. Nothing else though, the body shot, and that is... off that amazing shot by Down, Arnold kind of walking into it a little bit. They do get the 4th round on the board. Can Butterfly Effect take this at all, Michael?
I mean, can they? Yeah. Will they? Probably not. I think the way that Happy Feet are playing this map right now, they've just got Butterfly Effect's number. But Redcoat, you know, maybe giving Butterfly.
Oh my god.
He just got
Dog
destroyed.
roll and the pistol from Rocky does signal the back out. That's a classic Redcoat mid if I've ever seen one. They are, Josh actually trying to jump this really far forward, does lose his life, and it looks like the Soldier of Fane is going to die too, but Aisho and Elmo both lose their life. Such low health on the side of Red Team, and they are managing to successfully bust this through. As the Scout and Soldier, and now the other Soldier of Yule are all down, and it looks like they can't really hold this second point. The trade coming in down, only just getting saved as Lau is forced to flash a couple of times to keep his players alive. It does end up being an even trade though, but the players are in the favor of Red Team right now. Their spawns are just rolling out onto the second point. Really nice trade from Butterfly Effect. This is what they need to get themselves back into this game, Michael.
Yeah, definitely. That aggressive mid into the fast push into mid. They got met by a little bit of resistance from Happy Feet, which I think is the right play. You can't just kind of, you know, lie down and give them a round. That's the way that they're going to get back in. And because of the Uber situation, they could. And they're bringing out the down Pyro again. He got the pick he wanted to last time. I wonder if he'll get something again. As this time the Soldier's going to come from behind him.
Honestly, this Pyro play is just so smart right now. Like, this is what they need to juggle them off. But he does give himself away by just air blasting some spam out. Rocky dies! Does he get dropped? Doggerel and Rocky both get dropped. Arnold on 95%. He didn't have to trade out on them just there. Aisho and Fane trading on the flank right now. Arnold is taken down super low. This is a really disadvantageous trade for Arnold's team right now. Josh forced to take it. The stickies are there, juggling Arnold in. Excellent play from Redcoat right now. He needs more teammates to back him up though. He doesn't have the teammates to back him up. Lau dies to Spade in the post fight. He turns it round. Arnold dies too. Really late though. Elmo trades out with Rocky, and as Down cleans him up, all the health is actually on the side of Red Team right now as they're just spamming out these last couple of players. That was a really messy, chaotic Uber trade here, Michael.
Yeah, a bit of miscommunication coming out on the side of Happy Feet. I feel that all 3 players in second ended up in the left side of yard with Redcoat and Lau just alone in the right side. Just completely left alone.
Yeah, absolutely no idea how that somehow worked out for them. Like, that was the dumbest play that they had no right in winning. Somehow it works out. The team just didn't link up with Redcoat there. He ends the Uber with absolutely nothing loaded as he sticky juggled the other medic in. Lots and lots of spam coming out. Arnold dies to a pipe from Redcoat. Redcoat redeeming himself a little bit there. Point is just now getting played. Lau jumped. He lives. Lau lives. That's absolutely immense, but he's forced to back into spawn and can't heal his team right now, but it is just Doggerel being cleaned up by Down right at the end there. That's a complete wipe in their first actual last push. They unfortunately don't manage to convert it, Michael.
Yeah, I think the heavy from Aisho just doing enough on the point. He got 1 pick, but was just really fat on that point. Just having a lot of health is, you know, the main advantage of having a heavy on last, right? He's such a big target, the most health in the game when he's healed up.
Aisho gets dropped. Fane
really
manages
aggressive.
to drop Aisho in that Uber. Arnold is all the way back, hitting a nice surf into their garage. Uber doesn't really get anything else. Fane and Josh are both really low on the flank. Elmo Down, both losing their life as Raze manages to run in with his medic. 3 frags down, Yule losing his life really late there, and this is another really strong opportunity for them to successfully push this last, Michael.
Yeah, it definitely is. 6 minutes remaining on the clock. It's not impossible for them to get it back to even. I mean, even take the round advantage. On Granary, if you're really on a roll, you can get rounds in a minute. And with the last push going through now, trying to take advantage of the player advantage that they have, but they're committing both scouts, and they might only get Aisho for losing both scouts. Doggerel and Arnold and both soldiers have decided to commit here. Raze will die. Fane will get a pick onto Yule, but lose his life forward as it looks like Spade will lose the fight against Elmo. I don't think that's what you needed to do on Butterfly Effect. You're going to lose a lot of time. They've just come up on Uber now, but Arnold is not in a position where he can stick around to try and trade on the point here. He's going to decide to go his own far left with Rocky push actually on the ground.
This
and
is a
run right into
Rocky Uber alert as we do come in here for an excellent single trade. The flash actually doesn't come in from Lau. Does manage, but the back cap is on the way. Raze dies, and that forces everyone back, and there's so much cap time on the point. Rocky seems to be pushing this advantage on the left side. The soldiers are jumping in. They need to start playing this point right now. Lots of damage. Fane and Josh both lose their life. Rocky looks like he's caught behind as well. Unfortunately, can't play the point. Lau actually manages to get a saw onto him. Doggerel dying too. Again, just a little bit too eager, and the server is shutting down. Is anyone else getting this message?
Whoa.
Yeah,
it looks like the server unbooked. I think that's what the little birdie in my ear is telling me.
Yeah, I think
Rough.
so. While they're getting that set back up, that was a very Rocky Uber in every sense of the word.
A little bit of a desperation play, I feel.
Yeah, they were definitely feeling the pressure of the clock. You know, they had about 5 minutes left, 4 rounds up. I'm curious as to what they're going to do about this. Because most of that last round, the last round that happened was quite a while ago. So I imagine they'll probably stick to about 5 minutes remaining on the clock when they get back in and kind of reset the round to wherever it was. But that was, it's not looking great for Butterfly Effect on the rest of this map. And considering the delay in the spectating, it actually might be impossible for them to win at this point, considering we're on a 90-second delay typically. It might be just shy.
Yeah, it looks like the round probably wasn't converted just yet on the side of Butterfly Effect, so probably not a 5-0 that we're looking at. But yeah, it's been some really interesting gameplay from either side. I guess we'll use this opportunity to bring in some analysis, I guess, from our amazing team of analysts. What do you guys think about what the game that you've seen so far?
I wasn't expecting Aisho and Down to play as tight as they did around Lau, but it seemed to work out for Happy Feet. I mean, most of their Ubers seemed to get what they needed. Rocky's sort of style of play wasn't as effective for most of the game. And really, Happy Feet were able to take crates more. I don't think Butterfly Effect were able to hold lasts really well, but they never got past midpoint almost, even after their own mid fights. But of course, once Happy Feet got 2 rounds, Butterfly, they went on the aggressive, they jumped right side, and ended up winning a really elongated 4v4 fight. Notably with Down getting caught out. But in the end, then Elmo started just jumping in and doing a bunch of stuff. And Elmo Roamer is apparently way too strong. Yeah, it seems their class swaps worked out for them.
Even if he beeps the lamp bomb from Cat.
Well, yeah, even though they were able to push out as well later, and they were able to pick up a round of their own, it seems Happy Feet's just, playing really powerfully.
It's clear that they stratted a lot this map with their second holds especially. The Pyro would have been talked about. They knew exactly what Rocky wanted to do, which was to take that trade in aggressively, probably jump a soldier behind, and they counter-stratted that perfectly.
Sorry, just chiming in with some insider information. It looks like they are just going to go to the next map. They're going to say that that's a 4-0. I'm not exactly sure what they're going to do, but it looks like they're changing onto the map 3 and just saying that Granary was one on the side of Happy Feet. So when we get a new server, it looks like we're going to go there with about 3.5 minutes left. I'm not sure if it was actually possible. But yeah, we'll see what happens in the end. I will let you guys continue with your analysis.
Well, it was 5-1 with... Yeah, there might not have been enough time.
Oh, did they win
enough time?
That last push?
4-0, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was 4-0, yeah.
Oh, 4-0.
Yeah.
Damn,
Just surprising. I would have expected Butterfly Effect to be able to convert some rounds, given how close these two teams are.
Yeah, I mean, we did see both of these teams trade maps in, I think, their regular season meetup, and we did see Butterfly Effect just manage to eat it out eke it out, I should say, in their semi-final playoffs a couple of weeks ago. And we do, I think this is just moving on to the third map. What was the third map, by the way?
Logjam.
Wow. All right, so we're going to see some logjam action. Anything to talk about in terms of analysis of that map? Do we have logs up or anything like that?
I can tell you that Lau, at least for the 4-0 that we have, Lau only died once and Aisho died twice. Granted
God
that,
gamers.
Arnold didn't die a lot either, which I think probably makes the game look better for Butterfly Effect than it could have been. Because the gap in overall just kills and damage is large between the teams, 300 DPM between the teams. So they effectively had a really good player between them in terms of what they were actually doing on the map. And I think Arnold's survivability probably made the game a bit slower than it otherwise would have been. Not a whole lot to say because they couldn't get to Lau and Aisho. I think Aisho and Lau were really quick to back out if anything wasn't going their way, but for the most part, everything went their way because of coordination and the height control of the other Happy Feet players.
Yeah, Happy Feet did a really good job of predicting when Rocky was going to take those aggressive trades. And then once you do that and set yourself up accordingly, most of the time it's going to be bad for him. And then you're going to have such a better post over. It was much harder for them on Via because it's so small and enclosed. And they're obviously not as confident and didn't talk about Via as much as they did. Talk about Grand.
Yeah, I mean, I think we saw maybe the last sort of 5 minutes when Butterfly Effect were just sort of throwing things against the wall. A few more fights started to go their way because they start to do things that are a bit more unpredictable to Happy Feet. And I think on these 5 CP maps, that's probably something they have to think about, to maybe start trying to do more aggressive, unpredictable things. Because if you take time and then, like you're saying, Happy Feet know they're going to try and do this rocky trade. If both of these medics are really good, neither of them are going to die that often. So more often than not, we're going to be in an even Uber situation. And so I think it's just so easy for Happy Feet to rely on Lau to not die and to then just predict this rocky trade and then go from there and they can
exactly.
sort of have their way with it.
And yeah, you're right. They had much more success at the end when they were going for these crazier plays. I don't know if Happy Feet lost a bit of focus. They weren't ready for it. And then that's what they want to do, right? Butterfly Effect want to create this chaos so that then Rocky can just dick on people. Then the soldiers come in.
Do you think that's partly why we're seeing Logjam as our third map pick here?
Yes, exactly. I'm not sure how much prep Happy Feet have done on Logjam, but I reckon it does play into Rocky's favour.
We are actually heading live onto Logjam as I speak right now. We've just started the first rollout. This is the third map with one map aside so far in our best of 5 grand finals of ozfortress season 27. Who are you watching this mid, Michael?
I want to see Redcoat because he's getting bombed right now. A lot of damage coming out from Doggerel onto him and Spade getting forced away by Happy Feet. As you're going to see Yule trying to take some height and get some bombs going in, doing a bit of damage, but getting forced back. Redcoat and himself having to get some arrows from Lau as they're going to try the counter aggression now. But Butterfly Effect, they're really stagnant here, kind of doing nothing. Fane will be the first casualty of the mid, and Spade. Oh, Spade will actually go in and get Lau. Really nice rockets in the choke there, and that is going to signal for Butterfly Effect to walk forward and watch for the sneaky Redcoat as he tries to jump from behind.
Yeah, in the last few seasons, Fane has been really, really cool to watch on this map in particular, on this mid in particular, I should say, as Elmo does go in trying to make something happen last minute onto Arnold. Nothing going for him, unfortunately, this time. But yeah, what's his name? Doge and Fane were last season my favorite soldier duo to watch on this mid in particular. Because just their bombs and the way they played was just so cool to see. And that distraction bomb from him, despite him losing his life and kind of looping around in the air, does open up for, I think it was Spade who came in there and got the frags that he needed to get on that mid. And we do see some off classes on the side of Happy Feet. We do see the Engineer and the Heavy coming up, both fairly common off classes on this last point hold. As the Uber is just now used, looks like it's used through the main shutter area. Lots of damage, but it's actually Josh and Spade that do lose their lives. Sorry, Josh and Spade. Josh is Spade, who loses their life. Dog roll dies too, and it is now just Arnold in that trade. There were two really quick frags on the side there. Downs, quick change off Heavy actually does manage to save his life, and I think that does play into the fact that they do win that last point, recapping their second, and we do head in towards what looks like a really easy mid-take for them, Michael.
Yeah, I think they managed to keep this Uber, get it after the push. You've got Ray sitting in the forward spawn, but Lau coming through pretty much the worst spot for him, as he won't get a sight on him until he is pretty much at his face, and he'll get spotted before then back spawn immediately. And this should just be a very easy and free mid for Happy Feet, as they might look at taking it through choke before they've even capped, which is their plan. Yule jumping
is
quite
in a
aggressively.
good spot though. Nice bomb onto Lau. Lau doesn't force though. He had so much time. He ate 2 rockets, still doesn't force. That's a big Willy moment from Lau just there as he trusts his team to hold it. They managed to convert this into a second play as well. It does look like it's going to reset into even Ubers from last. We still see the Engineer up from, looks like Rays right now. The Uber is not committed from either side just yet. Redcoat dies. Oh no, taunt from Dogroll coming out. Classic play. And the counter sack is coming in. Elmo gets caught out in the lobby, absolutely farmed by I think it was 2 down on now. Down actually does lose. Dogroll dies as well, but the 2 down on the side of blue team, they're forced really, really early on the side. This is a pretty unfavorable Uber if you're Lau right now, as he does look like he's actually not caught. He does manages to get out. Yule gets a nice crossbow from him as well to successfully live. And they do manage to reset it. The bomb coming in, Yule trying to make something happen, jumping into 2 fully buffed scouts is not usually a smart move, and it does not pay off for him that time either. Josh and Rays both dying on the side of red team though, and that's not what they need right now. Elmo trades with Fane as well, but the Uber is actually no Uber's in play. I heard a sizzle. I'm not sure what I was listening for there. We do see the spam successfully coming out, forcing the blue team out, and the second point does finally fall to Butterfly Effect there, Michael.
Yeah, really long fight coming out there, and Butterfly Effect, they're not stopping, jumping straight through, trading Rocky for Yule, and Spade getting quite low as well, jumping away, getting healed up by Arnold, and actually, was that Redcoat really wanted to get in and try and clean up that frag, and iShow's with him. Happy Feet, they've got the Uber coming up now. Lau eating a lot of damage, has to actually use it first. But this is an Uber onto Spade, a little different to what we've seen considering Rocky has only just spawned.
Such a good trade from Spade there. They do manage to catch Lau, body blocked by the Shiny Gamers. You can't get through them. And that is actually the first time we've seen Lau get caught out in an Uber like this. The trade was much, much better as the use was come through to save Spade. Unfortunately, I think it was Down who ran away. I'm not sure. iShow or Down ran away and meant that he couldn't beam the scout out and live. Does get caught, and that's 3 down now on the side of Happy Feet, and the mid does fall. Absolutely no contestation from Happy Feet as they do reset onto their second at a sizable disad here, Michael.
Yeah, 45% coming out. I think we're going to see a pretty quick push coming in from Butterfly Effect as we've got 4 players pushing in their left side. They've been spotted by Elmo early, but they won't care. Uber's up now. Yule trying in for a high bomb to catch the medic coming through the door, but that won't happen. Elmo trying something as well, but they'll just go through a different door. Arnold will stay back as his team cleans up Elmo, and we'll get some spam onto Yule. No threats in sight. And they are going to take lobby early, and actually Rocky wants to go in, and they've got the Uber advantage. They might not know it, but if they're in fast enough, they might be able to catch Lau before he gets and catches team.
Oh, Lau does manage to drop down, unfortunately, there, and the point is being played right now. players just getting cleaned up now as Lau's Uber is ever so slightly better, but he drops 2 players, 3 players, 4 players. Lau gets cleaned up by Arnold, and this is the first round on the board for Logjam, map 3 of our grand final, falling to Butterfly Effect, Michael.
Yeah, just really strong last push coming out there, playing really good positioning by Butterfly Effect and just forcing everyone from Happy Feet into exactly where they wanted them. And dying. Doggerel getting to mid a little bit faster than Redcoat. Gonna look to get some early spam, but neither demo will hit their mark just yet as they get a bit closer. They'll have to back up and get some heals from their medics that are just arriving. Yule and Josh both trading spam for the height, both having to fall back and get healed up. But Elmo's back there as well. As you got Fane, he's been plotting since the beginning. High bomb to get utterly munched by Yule. And Happy Feet, they've actually got really bad health here. Spade landing right on top of Lau
deep
again.
On Lau, yeah, caught him with his crossbow out. Unfortunately, does mean that his team is surviving though. Lots of damage into the choke by the soldiers of Elmo and Yule. Such low health on both of them, but they do look like they're going to settle their Uber ad for this midpoint raise all the way back with his medic. They do settle, yeah, it looks like the midpoint does fall for blue team, but the Uber ad is on Arnold's side right now, Michael.
Yeah, definitely. I think Arnold playing that really well. I think they've got their idea on mids down. Butterfly Effect do. They've been going through. Actually, what Elmo? Oh my god.
Oh my god, excellent timing from Elmo to catch the red medic there. That's really, really well played as they are looking still like they want to push this midpoint. Lau on about 60% here. The soldiers of Spade and Fane are both really deep, seeing if they can get anything. Looks like we're going to see a reverse situation here. Yule wanting to actually make something happen instead of just settling passively to let this mid fall. He does spam, but they do ultimately let this mid fall, and this is a reversal of the first mid situation where Lau now has full ad and Arnold does not. Love to see what red team do to see if they can force this through. I'm keen to see more med drops coming out in this final because my cast and juice is still quite full here, Michael.
Oh yeah, I mean, Fane and Spade, they were looking to make something happen by just backing out, wanting to commit more to the last hold, and you're going to have iShot and Redcoat do the same push that Rocky did last time. Uber in straight through the attacking side's left as the second point is just getting capped now. But you've got Yule going so low and getting a lot of damage.
Big from Redcoat there. Fane and Spade are actually in really good positions. They do clean up right at the end, but the insects are on point. It's just down to Elmo v Doggerel as the pipes and Redcoat comes in just at the end to help his teammates secure that round. 1-1 on the board, Michael.
Yeah, and as I was saying before, Elmo so rudely interrupted me by dropping Arnold. I think Butterfly Effect, really, if they've got a plan for their mids, right? They want to send in Fane early, and then they want to have Spade go in late and just land on the medic, as Lau has been standing in the same spot twice and getting caught by Spade both times.
Doggerel is farmed on this
God.
mid. He dies early. Nice spam from Redcoat to shut him out. A nice follow-up from his team to make sure he does not survive there. Lots of damage in the choke area. Does Yule get caught here? No, Yule does eat some nice crossbows from Lau to keep him in this fight. Doggerel still down means this choke point is super vulnerable. Yule knows it. He's going super far forward. Waits there for the crossbow for his team down, coming in through the flank right now, but Fane wins the duel against Yule. Might slow them up a little bit here, and it does look like they're safely resetting onto mid right now, not taking any unnecessary risks. Spade seeing if he can jump through. He does jump deep. Nice pipe from Redcoat to clear him up. Not much damage onto Lau at all.
Yeah, I think Happy Feet kind of being put in a rough situation trying to push into second as a Butterfly Effect. These past two mids have had the full Uber advantage when they've tried to do it, but Happy Feet only being even tried to make something happen. Didn't work in their favor. So I think we might see a little bit of a slower push coming from them as Butterfly Effect. I mean, they're looking pretty happy just sitting back on the point. Fane's playing forward, ready to get some picks where someone goes in. As Happy Feet, they're slowly muscling through choke now.
Redcoat is so low, he needs an arrow from his medic. Yeah, that does finally come through, but they're all standing on stickies in choke, and it's Down who loses his life to Doggerel there. Playing super well in his very first grand final appearance, I should say. I'm really impressed with the showing that we're seeing from him tonight. Down still dead, but Rocky does lose his life. Dropped a little bit by Arnold. Fane dropped by Arnold as well. Terrible Uber coming coming out from him as he is forced all the way back. No damage onto Lau as they are pushing through the log room on the left from the attacker's perspective right now. They ain't even staying in for it. They're all the way back. Ray's already on Engineer. And Rocky spawning up on the heavy as this second point gets capped by Happy Feet, and they're in a fantastic full add last push situation, Michael.
Yeah, they'll be quite happy with this. Actually waiting a bit longer this time than they did last time, so their spawners can, not the spawners, the cappers can come in, and they're going to take it through main this time. Doggerel having to play a really passive position in his spawn with Arnold. Redcoat actually going in, resuming his position in the little cave underneath the left side. Plays are trying to be made onto Arnold. Yule will jump in, get one final rocket, and this will just be Lau and Aisha backing out with a Redcoat managing to stay alive. He'll back up as the Uber advantage push will come into second from Butterfly Effect.
Yeah, looks like Redcoat really wanted to jump with that Uber, but he kind of jumped up, slapped his head, and then got forced back by the sentry gun of... Oh, and he dies actually in choke. Fane hitting some nice spam onto him. Fane does get taken down super low, but does live. And of course it means nothing because the crossbow is a weapon that exists in this game. Yule dies as well as he tries to get something happening. Try to get another drop onto Arnold as Arnold is quite low. Elmo in deep, successfully gets the force. That's what they needed heading into this mid. Sacking 3 for it isn't necessarily what they wanted though, as they are forced to settle back onto their second. Elmo's forwards get denied as well, and they are in a bad position actually as Josh is jumping really far forward. Actually does get caught out. Crossbows now coming in. Redcoat going to get caught as well really far forward, but the trades are coming in on both sides. Josh and Rocky, I should say, both dying. Aisha gets caught way too far forward away from his medic again. That's not the first time we've seen that in this fight. Looks like they still want to take it though as the arrows are being hit. Arnold is playing really far back in his own choke. Elmo is taking height as well as Yule on this mid as they spam the chokes to force the red team out. Yule dies. Nice pipe from Doggerel actually to keep his team in that fight. Elmo dies too, and this is a really bad trade for Down and Lau right now as Lau is going to be forced backwards. Nice stickies juggling, and he just opts to killbind to catch himself the slightly earlier spawn wave there, as that was a disastrous Uber for Happy Feet, Michael.
Yeah, I think going in, getting forced a little too early, Lau did. And I mean, they at least managed to get the Uber out of Butterfly Effect. It was not the worst case situation, but it's still not great. 25% advantage, definitely pushable if Butterfly Effect can build this up properly and get into a position right as they get. But Lau and Aisho are going to be building.
Yeah, Elmo up on the Engineer, just got that gun up to level 2 right now. Does seem to be the only off-class that we're seeing on the side of red team, blue team even just now. Happy Feet just opting to go for one Engineer. Hopefully Arnold doesn't let his team push just before he has Uber. Down is actually in behind, seeing if he can get something cheeky happening. Looks like he's brought Spade and Rays back a little bit out of this fight, but ultimately there will now one player down and at Uber disad as they do pop in through this point. The point is being played so much. What?
They just walked in.
They just walk in and stand on the point.
Down was so far behind, he did nothing. They just walked in and capped. What are you doing?
That's a bra moment. Brackets official right now as they do see the second round on the board. Heading into our fourth mid of this third map of our best of 5 grand final. Redcoat and Doggerel both exchanging spam. Doggerel was a little bit faster, but the health ad seems to be on Redcoat as we do now just see the soldiers of both teams jumping forward to take the space. Spade opting to fall back and wait for his counter bomb coming in. Yule again trying to initiate with Elmo there. Raze does get cleaned up in the end, but Yule's bomb does get really hard denied. Crossbows being hit by Lau left, right, and center though to keep his whole team in the fight. Yule is constantly healthy despite jumping forward all the time, but the bomb positioning from Spade is huge. Perfect timing onto Lau. Uber is now up on Arnold and he is so far back. Only Doggerel alive with him though. Looks like Redcoat wants to chase this. Nothing going for him, unfortunately, and he may get caught by the spawner of Rays right now, but they do manage to win this mid. Looks like there's going to be a really heavy gremlin to try to get this force out of Arnold. as they actually are already on the second point and playing that, trying to cheese this Uber really hard, Michael.
Yeah, definitely. They want to try and cap this out. They know that Arnold is going to play safe. So if he's going to play safe, why not make them lose something for it, right? If you can get the forces they're pushing into second instead of into mid, that's going to be good. As Elmo, he's going to land right on top of him.
Deep. Oh, the force comes out. Excellent. Elmo has been so effective on the Roma in this map in particular. He's been playing so well. The Uber's faded before it even gets to choke, and the position is all on Happy Feet right now as they're all spammed out. Can't really get anything on either team right now. Josh loses his life as he tries to get forward, but Rocky and Raze both team up for two scouts picked. Two scouts picked really, really quickly, and the demo down, and this is a successful push from Butterfly Effect as they managed to successfully convert what was a pretty chaotic fight there, Michael.
Yeah, I don't know, I feel like something's a little off with the positioning of Redcoat here. I'm seeing him take a lot of damage early on and have to fall back the moment Butterfly Effect's walking in. I don't know if it's just that he's getting the short end of the stick in every single spam fight, or if there's something like actually that he's consciously doing.
Lau's forced, Razor's behind as well. The Soldier Bomb and the Scout being behind do force Lau out as they do manage to successfully cap their own second. Redcoat looks like he could get caught in a bad duel. Elmo does manage to clean up Raze in the back lines, though. They do successfully cap their own second, but full ad on the side of Arnold. They're just going to wait for this Raze spawner and then push this all the way in.
Yeah, I mean, if they even wait, you know, like Fane's getting pretty aggressive, Rocky's poking choke, and Arnold's getting in a position, they're going to just get him to spawn first, it seems. And they're going to start pressuring now. You're going high in the sky, trying to hit something onto Spade, but he'll get nothing. It looks like he'll get crushed by Fane, sent all the way back with a really lovely arrow.
Fane is actually the one that ends up losing his life, though. Some excellent team play. Redcoat is possibly caught right now. Lau having to come super forward to hit an arrow on him, and he dies anyway. Unfortunate, really late death. Lau does manage to get out. He's about 5% away from his Uber right now. They do successfully trade Uber for that point, but pushing out of last is a risky play. How would you push out of this last if you were Happy Feet right now, Michael?
I think you have to wait for Redcoat. I think they're jumping the gun a little bit too much here. As long as they don't leave their lobby area before Redcoat gets up, I think
Fane
they'll
on
be fine.
Spy. Fane on Spy.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh, did he get bombed?
He gets found by Down. Yeah, Down sees him. Yeah, they know he's there.
They know he's there.
Uber does get popped out regardless, though. Fane decloaking behind, seeing if he can get anything cheeky in the post-fight. No, Down sees him again. Dies. Redcoat dies as well. So Fane and Rocky down on the side of Butterfly Effect, but it is the demo down on the side of Blue Team. They use that Uber and lose their demo man only for the second point, and Arnold is up on it now, waiting for the Fane spawner. Gonna wait for the Rocky spawner in the next 5 seconds as well, but this is another strong push. If I were Arnold right now, I would try to muscle this without using my Uber. Looks like they're just getting into position to get it now. I'll let you take this one, Michael.
Yeah, no, they're going to get ready to push it through. Lau's in a really safe position with Aisho at the back. As Fane, he's going to do a little bit of probing. Nothing will happen quite yet, but if they want this... Okay, they're going to use really early dog roll high in the sky, but he hits the wall a bit and won't get much with it. Oh wow, Butterfly Effect, they're losing players here. 3 down, both Scouts and the Soldier. Looks like Fane will die as well, and they'll lose everyone but Arnold, only for a pick onto Down.
That
and it looks
sticky
like,
trap was absolutely critical from Redcoat there as he forces Dogroll to slap his skull against the skybox, and he forces Rocky to lose his life, dropping both players who were supposed to be in that Uber due to that trap. And then the cleanup was perfect from Happy Feet. Aisho cleaning up the soldiers behind, really, really working out well for him. Full Uber ad as well, as Arnold was forced to flee without healing anyone. They're just going to leave one player capping this point, and they're going to muscle this forward onto last. We do see the gun and the heavy up on the side of Butterfly Effect, but the Uber is now used in through main. Nice heavy focus fire down. Rocky does lose his life, but there's stickies all over the point. They can't really get any space, and Josh is really deep onto the medic. Down and Lau both lose their lives. Elmo's in a really nice position, and Redcoat is spamming Arnold really, really hard, but it's just Elmo on red health running out. does look like he's in not any position to make anything of this, and that's a really nice last hold from Butterfly Effect, Michael.
Yeah, definitely. Elmo coming in at the end to see if he can get some redemption for his team, get a pick on the Arnold. He will not get anything though, as they will have the full Uber advantage coming into this last push. Aisho trying his hand at the sniper now, sitting in the forward spawn, as yeah, this is just going to be a pretty textbook push. You've got Arnold and his combo coming in through their right side, going into mid. You'll trying to get something, and he will actually get dog roll. I think that's a pretty good effort. They know where the medic is now. They've seen the sniper. He'll get forced off. It looks like this is just going to be a pretty easy cap of the mid for Butterfly, not losing their medic or the Uber, but it's going to give Lau enough time to push this back in, and they actually... Happy Feet are trying to push this early. They've given up the point, so spawners are going to end up being in Butterfly Effect's favor. But they're still looking to take this fight. They're on the Uber themselves right now, even on the point here. Rocky, he's pushing, he's walking forward. Arnold got the beam on him, but he's not getting the Uber yet. Aisho will actually get the Uber first, and Dog will get dropped.
To get Dog Roll. That's an excellent trade coming out from Aisho here, as their Uber is slightly worse than Arnold's. Yule is deep, getting lots of damage onto the right players right now. Aisho and Yule both lose their lives. Oh, the crossbow redcoat is in dangerous territory. Rocky does clean him up right now. 2v2 heals on the side of Happy Feet, though. Looks like they're opting to play this safe, keep their medic alive, as they do have about 40% Uber ad. This is going to work out to be. Arnold just spawning now. It looks like they're happy to re-push this mid-point, I should say, with their Uber ad, Michael.
Yeah, I really like the call there from Lau and down just to back out. It was the 2v2 with heals in favor of them, but in that situation when you've only got down to DM, he can get overrun pretty quickly if Fane goes high. Speaking of Fane going high, he will try and get a bomb in and have to end up backing up, Yule taking a bit of damage, and actually Lau as well. The pack is not there for him yet. It will spawn and he'll grab it as they'll continue to push forward. No threats for the sack onto Lau, with Fane getting cleaned up with a pistol from Aisho. Which will allow Elmo to push through the flank and meet his team as they're barreling through choke, already leaving down for the cap. As they will get second, Ubers will even up. And they're going to have to try and make something happen here. They're down one round on Happy Feet, 2-1. I'm curious to see what their plan is.
About 6.5 minutes left here, though. This is honestly the closest grand final that I can remember casting in the last, 3 or 4 years. And I'm really, really excited to see what they make happen here. This is probably a sack attempt, but with the heavy up, it's going to be a really hard sack. The spy of Rocky looks like he's probably just checking some things in spawn. Here comes the sack. Elmo jumps in deep. They actually managed to get the trade out on Raze, as Down does lose his life too. That's 2 down on the side of Happy Feet, and Rocky does commit on the spy. Looks like he eats some scattergun spam though and gets seen, unfortunately. Not quite Paulson level spy, but does get seen. Looks like he walks all the way back to change off. And they remove that threat just with some scattergun spam there. Looks like nothing really changed. No off classes coming up on the side of blue team. They're opting to just go for a flat out trade here, as they do flash in the demo man and the scout. Lau might get caught in too far forward here, and it does seem that way. Red coat down, Josh, everyone going down. It's just Aisho on 18 health. Gets the medic. Arnold dies to Aisho on such low health. Critical play coming in from him just there. Absolutely huge, as they do unfortunately lose that, but there is some silver lining on that coffin for them, as they do basically reset it to an even Uber situation, Michael.
Yeah, I think that was really clutch from Aisha there, as you said. Just in the middle of 3 players, they were all on last protecting the point because they knew he was worming around there somewhere, and just with the pistol, an entire clip takes out Arnold. And that will completely even it up, and honestly keep Happy Feet in this game. I think if Arnold stays alive there, he gets a massive Uber advantage. Butterfly Effect look to push this forward, and even if they don't get a round off of it, it puts them in the driving seat, which is not what Happy Feet want right now. As you can see, they're pushing in, they're getting the first pick on the Fane. Unhealthy players will cause Redcoat to die, but Raze will get traded for it, and Happy Feet will dominantly take this point, only losing the 1 for it, but because it's Redcoat, they probably won't be able to push last for it. That demo presence being really important on Logjam.
Yeah, Uber's actually still up. I thought Lau used there. I'm not sure what happened, but it does seem that these Ubers are actually even, according to my HUD at least. We do see another even Uber stalemate situation here.
Yeah, I think it's I'm curious because we saw before with the even Uber situation, it was 6 minutes left. We're at 3 minutes 40 now, and actually you've just got an Uber coming straight in. Aisho's gone a bit too far, disconnected from his med. Allows her to go in quite far forward, and the Uber will get used onto Rocky on the heavy, and that's just a total nothing Uber there. Nothing happens. Raze will die post as well as down Fane
actually
as well.
Some nice focus fire from the soldiers coming in. Fane and Raze both losing their life as a tactical nuke comes in from Yule. Down unfortunately does die, and the demo man is actually almost caught out a little bit far forward here. Aisho waiting for crossbows from his medic as they never hit. The crossbows don't come in from Lau. Lau was a little bit too low and he feared peeking that, and they unfortunately do lose that trade off that. Soldiers coming in on that distraction, but yeah, unfortunately the crossbow not coming in from Lau that time. Probably the first crossbow he's missed so far this game, actually. And then this situation is just reset again as there's about 2.5 minutes left. Aisho, does he commit? He does commit the Aisho Spy. I've not actually seen this before. Do you know anything about the Aisho Spy, Michael?
Absolutely nothing. I think, why would you put him on anything but Scout? Honestly, it's just a waste. But
looks like
he's
the
decided.
tactic is beef a play, drop everyone, and have him decloak on point. That's the play right now. I'm calling it.
I guess, but he's just, he's sitting in the corner now.
Oh no, we dropped the
his...
Uber. Oh no, they're all pushing out. We're wiped. And then it's just Aisho decloaking on the point.
But the gun's right there. He can't do shit. He's going
to get spayed. Does successfully get spayed. That's actually going to trigger the trade right now. Rocky dying as well. The Uber only just now getting used out from Arnold. This is a really successful trade. Down unfortunately does die though. Aisho still walking around causing havoc, and the point is just now being played. Fane is taken down super low, but some nice plays from the scout there. It's just the demo man. Lau coming up.
The
Spawn is too little, too late. No, they go. Oh my god, Lau juggles him with the saw too high. They even it up. I don't think there's time. We're gonna go see a golden cap on our third map here, Michael.
Possibly. It's if either team wipe this mid, it's still possible, but I don't think either team will let it happen. You've got, I imagine both meds will play quite passive. I don't think either team wants to risk going all out. But actually, Butterfly Effect, Arnold's positioning himself quite far forward. Fast bomb in from Spade, trying to get Lau early. It will not work. Yule looks like he will die. 4 health will clean up the arrow as Lau gets a pack himself. It looks like Butterfly Effect, they're just going to back out here. Even Ubers, they're not going to let it, go to anything but Golden Cap at this point. They just want that reset.
Looks like they're stacking mid here. If they win mid, they win the game, right?
I mean, it's still possible at this point. It's still very possible. Redcoat is so far in looking for Arnold, he won't get anything and he'll actually die for it. 40 seconds left for Happy Feet. They've got the Uber. They've got Raze. Spade on the engineer this time.
Yeah, look, they're going to have to go for it. They're going to have to go for something while Redcoat is down. They don't have enough time for him to come into this fight. That gun being up is going to be crucial, and the Brass Beast Heavy coming out on, I believe that is Rocky. Yes, it is Rocky on the Brass Beast Heavy right now. They are going for something. The Uber gets used first from them. Nothing falling as it's only the gun, and they are forced to exit. 10 seconds left. Elmo going for a little bit of a Hail Mary through this lower area. Does die for his stats. Uber is actually forced 2 seconds. Nothing happening on the point. 2-2. We see our first golden cap of the night. And I was hoping that we wouldn't stay up too late, but looks like we're staying up a bit later, Michael.
Yeah, definitely. But the teams, they're
readying up right away.
Oh no, they unreadied. What is this
I
bait?
thought we were going to see an immediate ready up there. I guess we do have a little bit of time. Do our analysts have anything to say before we head into our golden cap here? Cookie, Sean, and Dubious.
I mean, the only thing I was going to say is that Rocky's getting shut down, and I think that if Butterfly Effect want to win this golden cap, like, they need to do something different than they have the second half of that map, because like he's just not being allowed to walk through or really do anything. I think Butterfly Effect need to actually consider changing their meta as like who is leading the fight. Maybe it's still mostly Rocky, but just try not always Rocky.
Yeah, it did have some success though. Like there was a couple of dry pushes they did where Rocky led it, and Happy Feet weren't ready. Redcoat didn't lock down the choke. They all flooded through and like wiped them. I remember that happening once. But otherwise, yeah, they've been doing a good job focusing, pressuring Rocky and Arnold a lot, and leading to Arnold dropping players, bad Ubers, etc.
Yeah, and we do see our ready up for our golden cap here. This is the ozfortress Season 27 Grand Final. Who are you watching on this golden cap mid, Michael?
Honestly, Dogroll has been so fast. I think it's insane. He's beating Redcoat to mid easily by a second, maybe close to 2 on some of these mids, but he's getting knocked down to his low ground quite early on. But yeah, I think it's mostly going to come down to the demos on this mid, how they play around their team and how they position themselves.
Down gets caught out.
Minced immediately. It looks like they'll try for a trade
Aisho gets caught out. Yeah, Yule forced to run away. Yeah, so the scouts were getting caught as they were just that little bit too far forward on their team. Down on the enemy's sort of like Tetris area, I guess you're calling it, even though this isn't Sunshine. Unfortunately, Cops fat sticky from Dogroll and then gets cleaned up really, really quickly, and then Aisho gets kind of the same thing happening to him as well. Even Ubers here, the off classes of Heavy and Engineer are both up right now on the side of Happy Feet. How would you try to break this stalemate if you are Butterfly Effect right now, Michael?
There's a few ways that they can do it. I like what Spade's doing here, where he's trying to get a spam angle onto the gun before they push in. Downs put it back down in a position where it is still spammable, just so he can heal it back up. I think they need to get a pick before they go in, right? What Aisho did in that round to level everything up, with just that one pick onto Spade on Spy, even if it's not a big pick, any surprise pick
and we
like
do
that
see
is
actually Fane is committing on that Spy too, so they're going to try to put their eggs in this Spy basket as well again. Looks like he hasn't been seen. He's just crouching around a little bit. Good thing that Elmo opts to spam a different area than where he's standing right now. Otherwise, he could have been seen. He's actually in a really good spot, decloaking behind the point any second now. Yeah, here he goes, decloaking, and he's right on Lau. He gets Lau! Clutch play from Fane right there as he does get cleaned up super quick, but crucially gets a sap on the gun as well. That is that out of the fight, and Yule and all the red health coming in on the side of blue team. Point just now being played. It's just Rocky and Arnold 1v2. Oh, he loses to Down, and Lau spawning up. They beef it. They beef it on that medic drop.
You can't be doing that Butterfly Effect. Maybe the nerves getting to them, knowing that they could have just taken the lead in this best of 5, only being 1 map away.
Fane can only do so much for his team. My man, Fane. Oh, I'm sorry, bro.
That positioning in the second half of that Uber into the post fight from Butterfly Effect, I feel like lost it for them. They took really awkward spam angles against the Heavy and just put themselves in a poor position for those fights. But you've got them pushing into mid here, Down going quite low. Actually, a lot of players on Happy Feet going really low, having to be saved by Lau, but Yule will die along with Josh, Rocky Down, and Elmo all falling as well. 3 down on the side of Happy Feet, nearly 3 down as Raze goes down to 1 health, but they will... yeah, they'll get the Uber, even it out on mid. Will Butterfly Effect as Happy Feet? They're gonna try again.
A little bit of nerves coming in, I think, for this final push. The Uber ad is on the side of Lau. Looks like the Spy is up on Rocky though.
I'm not sure what he's quite going for here. The Happy Feet, they're gonna be pretty mobile, I think. Lau isn't gonna be standing around an awful lot, but watch me eat my words as Lau turns around on point. Oh, thank God.
Oh, he does unfortunately lose his life there. Nothing on to Lau as the Fane legacy lives on. Best Spy AU.
Truly. Yule's going in. Down will die. Yule will die as well. Only getting Spade for the counter frags. But Elmo, really good force on the Arnold there. Sneaks in around and is still alive, drawing players back. So they've only got Dogroll to chase players down. But Happy Feet are being really aggressive through the left-hand side. Will decide to back it up a bit. wait for their spawns because they are 3 down even though they have the Uber advantage.
Yeah, Lau almost gets caught there, but he does manage to fall back behind his team as the spam is now coming in, seeing if they can get something. Fane jumping forward, gets cleaned up by Red Coat. Aisho eats his arrow from his medic to live and to come up here. They do manage to get this second point for free. Fane losing his life, that's all they're willing to sack on this right now.
That's this is actually pretty big. If Happy Feet can get in fast, they've got all their players alive, all their players in position here. They're going to lead this in on Aisho immediately. The gun's only at level 1, and Aisho... Oh no! Aisho goes to play the point, but there's no one else for Lau to Uber, so he just has to keep the Uber on Aisho. Aisho will go back to the point, get a lot of time onto it, and
all
that will be
time.
Happy Feet. Happy Feet wrapping out the golden cap here for that third map, claiming a 2-1 lead in this best of 5.
Yeah, so this next map is where it all sits right now. If Butterfly Effect lose this one, they are relegated to second place. How's about we hand back over to our analysts? Do you have anything to say about the fantastic plays we saw in these golden caps?
Fane is spewing.
Bro,
That's all.
Fane got let down so hard there. And Rocky also tried to go spy immediately after, and they were able to kill him when he tried to backstab Lau.
Yeah.
Butterfly Effect had that push, man. Like, they got the sentry, they dropped the medic.
Fane even sapped it. Like, there's literally nothing more he could have done.
Yeah, wow. Happy Feet just playing really, really strong, honestly. You know, I think on some level Butterfly Effect, perhaps the nerves are getting to them, perhaps Rocky's not hitting things in the same way. I think Aisho and Down are sort of playing really well to keep Lau alive. I know Arnold died a lot during that. Yeah. Even though Butterfly Effect were able to win the first Golden Cap mid-fight, they just... Yeah, they threw that last round.
Yeah.
Do you think that's inexperience? First grand final for a couple of these teams, or a couple of these players, I should say, on Butterfly Effect?
Well, it's Fane's first final. But for the rest of them, they've all played Prem for a while. I imagine as well, you know, Rocky definitely wants to win. That's been the goal of Butterfly Effect. And Happy Feet have definitely, they're definitely meeting their match.
Awesome. Do anyone have anything to say about these logs? I believe we have combined logs coming up for the main round and the golden cap.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at them quickly, it sort of ties in with what I was feeling before, which was that Rocky was getting shut down quite a bit. Like he's like compared to the impact he was having product, and that we know that Rocky can have in general, like to only do sort of just above 200 DPM, despite being the most healed player in the server, basically is like it's a bit of a loss. Which is like which is what I'm saying. Like if he's getting shut down, they need to shift the focus from the Rocky pocket maybe all the time to pushing more heals into dog roll or spade to try something else.
Yeah.
In particular, looking at the logs, Spade doing quite a lot of damage for his team there. Do you reckon, yeah, as you say, shifting those heals onto Spade would help them more?
I probably wouldn't give Spade more heals because he gets a lot of his damage from I wouldn't say bait bombing, but like bombing while his team's like fighting and then they're not looking at him. So he's good at that. So maybe more emphasis on dog roll. Because Rocky's taking the second highest amount of damage, 9.4k, and like sucking up all these heals while getting nothing done because they're focusing him a lot. So if he plays a little bit more baity, they might have more success. Because they're just getting read by Happy Feet.
Firstly, I mean, it looks like Ray's, like, I wasn't paying heaps of attention, but, like, stats-wise, he, like, pounded in terms of frags. I mean, he had, like, no damage taken, which tells me he might have been baiting a little bit. I wasn't really paying that much attention to him specifically.
That is a known Ray's playstyle, is least damage taken every single time.
Yeah, but, I mean, to get 35 frags and the next most is 26 is still pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess that brings us on to our fourth map. Yeah, fourth map, which looks to be CP Sunshine. How do you reckon this is going to play out between these two teams, analyst desk?
if Happy Feet keep their composure, and keep shutting down Rocky, and if Butterfly Effect don't change anything, I think they should be able to take it. Happy Feet, that is.
So your money's on Happy Feet to take the grand final?
Yeah.
Anyone else have different opinions right now?
I don't have a different one. I agree with Cookie because, like, Sunshine sort of does rely a lot on soldier aggression and soldier entry. And I think that sort of is Happy Feet's strength, is like the ability of the soldiers, particularly Yule, to sort of open play for his team. And I think with Butterfly Effect's Rocky heavy play style, it might not work as well, particularly like Cookie was saying, is like Spade is sort of, because he's not really getting healed in fights, he's baiting, he's waiting for Dogroll and Rocky to walk forward and to then bomb the players that are shooting them. So like by that point it's too late on Sunshine, like you can't really do that as well. So yeah, I mean, that's like I said, there's no reason they can't sort of change their playstyle, particularly when they're moving transitions from point to point.
Yeah.
Yule and Elmo will keep playing quite solid, I think. I think if Butterfly Effect put more heals into Spade and support Fane a bit more, and Rocky maybe slows down the pace of the game, then they'll probably be able to do well. Otherwise, I think, yeah, Happy Feet will continue to roll. I think they've picked up how the game's going, and yeah, probably predicted to win this one. But we'll have to see what happens. Sunshine's a pretty fast map.
Speaking of, we do have our ready up coming in. This is the 4th map of the ozfortress Season 24 Grand Finals between Butterfly Effect and Happy Feet. Take us through this first mid of Sunshine, Michael.
Yeah, definitely. We've got Redcoat a good bit faster compared to Dogroll on the rollout, but Fane, he's blazing in there trying to take the bell tower nice and early, but Dogroll forcing him off of it. All players getting healed up as you've got Lau and Redcoat looking to pressure the right side along with both of their scouts. As you've got both teams kind of wrapping each other here, but Elmo actually hiding in his own flower area, doing a lot of damage onto Arnold and Spade. They've been actually caught behind here. Arnold and Spade healing up, getting the pack on second, but it's Happy Feet second. Are they going to wait at the spawn to fight two soldiers? I don't know if this is the right play, guys.
Yeah, here comes and Arnold is forced to hit a big surf. That is actually a phenomenal surf.
No way.
If he hits a sword. Oh, he just frags himself.
Okay, that's the right call. As you do have the Uber actually going in straight to last. Looks like it's just going to be a very quick round for Happy Feet there.
That mid was not the future, bro. That was some classic Arnold play. Does hit the sword to get the Uber, drops for the stats. That's a bad moment. First round down as we head into our second mid, Michael.
Yeah, definitely. Same thing coming out from both teams. Happy Feet wanting a rerun, but I think Butterfly Effect, they might change the script a little bit, but they're doing the same thing. Walking forward, Elmo's changed his bombing position this time, coming straight through Choke. Yule will die along with Aisho. Happy Feet bringing things back, cleaning up 3 quick frags, losing down afterwards though. And with Elmo being behind, he'll get the kill onto Arnold, and Lau and Redcoat, they are well out of there, not in any danger of being chased. That's more how the mid should go for Butterfly Effect. If you're going to lose it, don't have your medic caught behind with 100% trying to spawn camp 2 people.
Yeah, look, I've kind of lost the flow of the game a little bit here, not gonna lie. We do have the mid falling to Butterfly Effect, but the full ad is now up on Lau, trying to push it in through their flowers/valley area. Very little spam to try to stop them right now, as they are managing to, actually no, they do use, they get Spade for it. Redcoat jumps forward, seeing if they can do anything. 2 frags as Rocky dies late again, does manage to catch the same spawn wave, but while they're 2 down and Uber down as well, it looks like Happy Feet are going to muscle this in. No mercy for these stooges as they do cap the second point for free. Arnold about 20% away from his Uber right now. Hopefully Butterfly Effect aren't too tilted by some mids not quite working out their way, Michael.
Yeah, that's God, how do you recover from the start of that game? Like, I mean, to be, 1 map away from losing, they've got the full Uber advantage right now. Rocky coming out, he's trying to make some change happen. He'll get a kill onto Yule, actually look to get some damage on the Redcoat, but Redcoat will live. It looks like no way. They've got the backup coming up, but no one's in a position on Happy Feet to contest second, and Fane and Elmo will trade their lives for it anyway. 2 players apiece down, but the demo down on Butterfly Effect, as you're going to see Spade, he tries to take a pick onto Redcoat here, but that's just going to open up Cafe for Happy Feet to waltz on through. Don't really have to worry about stickies or sacking players because both soldiers are down. They are just going to get a free second with a free Uber advantage push into last, and they want to make that happen now.
Yeah, it looks like they're taking it down through Spiral into the lower area. It looks like Aisho and Redcoat are going to take this Uber. The jump from the Demo Man comes in, but he's not focusing the gun. Yule finally does manage to make him change off. The point being played by Aisho. Really a lot of point pressure coming in right now. The soldiers are standing on it, and Elmo is uncontested. Takes it to 2-0 on our possibly deciding map, Michael.
Yeah, definitely 2 very quick rounds coming up from Happy Feet. They're changing the pace of the past 2 maps. Both going, relatively slowly did Granary and Logjam. But they're speeding things up here. Fane very quick on the rollout, yet again trying to take a high advantage of the height. But Spade's actually gone in up and behind.
Oh, down, completely destroyed. Nice rockets from Fane. Down and Aisho both lose their lives. That's Scouts down, and now Elmo down on the side of Happy Feet. Finally, a mid going the way of Butterfly Effect. They leave their Scout to cap and walk forward super aggressively onto this second. Even Uber's on last, which is nice of Lau to survive, but we do see the last push from Butterfly Effect of this map, Michael.
Yeah, definitely. I think we're just going to see Happy Feet. They're already on the gun. They don't have any other off classes right yet apart from the Engineer, and Down's got that Jag, the increased melee speed. Looking to get that
trying
gun
his luck again on the Spy, see if he can bring some more of that Golden Cap magic coming in.
I don't think you can call it luck. He really is the best. There's no one else who is even close. As he's going to uncloak behind the wall again. He's got to watch out for Down, who's going through his respawn cycles here, getting some buildings up. And he'll take his opportunity now. Lau, oh god, he's looking for it. They look like they know they're spamming for it, but they're not on the mark. Fane, he's got to uncloak right in front of him.
Directly, yeah, Lau turns around. Unfortunate for him there. Bigger high coming out from Fane there. Unfortunately, nothing going for him. No counterplay coming out from Blue Team beyond seeing if they can muscle through into this lobby area, but there's nothing going for them. Fane spawns up on Soldier. No off classes on the side of Red Team anymore. Hits a fat rollout, actually. That was thick.
Tempest God. We're just going to see a bit more pacing of the game. You've got the spam coming out onto the gun from the soldiers. They won't get anything, as Happy Feet look to get some spam onto the players instead. That's a bit more meaningful damage because it takes a bit longer for it to heal up. Fane, he'll look to get the gun while Down isn't there, but he's keeping his metal full. He's got a dispenser up actually.
The full achievement on that cockroach class right now. None better.
Truly, I mean, he's got the full dispenser. He's gone full Highlander mode right now. That dispenser is full of metal for him. He doesn't have to go to resup. He'll be loving that. It's a nice safe position, given his team ammo and health as well. It looks like they're just, pretty happy to just sit here. But
Yule dies too, actually. Gets caught out a little bit by the spam from Dogroll. Juggled forward. Spam from Dogroll still coming in. Nothing on the gun yet, though. Looks like Spade is trying to muscle through the right-hand side from the attacker's perspective. Elmo may catch Raze. No, Raze successfully backs off. Spade is in deep. Middied nicely by Elmo. Taken out real quick. Looks like they're not even going to waste time on a counter-sack right now, as they are definitely rounds up. Although, that being said, Aisho is on the Spy class again, Michael.
Okay. I can respect it, right? They need to make something happen here. I'm sure at this point they just want to get forward instead of sitting on their last with an Engineer for the next 7 minutes until nothing happens. So Aisho, they haven't pulled it out often. And he's on the point, sitting on the point. Arnold is the
He's right behind Arnold right now.
He's got him.
He gets Arnold. Amazing play from Aisho, coming in clutch for his team. Drops Arnold down. Spy's coming in huge this grand finals, as we do see the repush just now coming out of blue team. Looks like they're a bit hesitant to move off this last point. Arnold has indeed spawned up. They're really fearing these traps from Doggerel. They're up on the upper balcony area, but that's about it right now. They are successfully taken lobby. Looks like they really want to get out without using this. You don't want to use out of last right now.
Definitely not. They're playing very cautious. Doggerel will combine with Fane for the pick onto Redcoat. They'll get Yule as well.
Tactical nukes coming in. Arnold down from down though.
Where? Did he rush unders?
I have no idea, man.
That's insane. They've got the heavy up.
The point is being played though. The point, the Uber is just used, but it's just Aisho on the heavy and Lau. Elmo dying to Arnold up now. They're probably going to repush this. No, they fear a little bit as Rocky does die to Aisho in the last seconds of that Uber. This is some fucking weird TF2, man. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, this is pretty out there. We've been on last for the past 4 minutes. Heavies, engineers non-stop. 2 spy plays, 1 drop. It's all over the place here, man. I mean, these teams, they want to go to bed. It's Friday tomorrow. You got to prepare yourself for Friday.
Yeah, got to tune into the Highlander Grand Final tomorrow,
truly,
bro.
Twitch.tv/Kritscast.
None of that, bro. None of that.
What do you mean? It'll be us. It's great.
Elmo jumping in actually does manage to get a little bit of spam on there, getting converted into Josh, but we don't see anything else going for them right now. Looks like they're going to try to take a trade into last with Rocky. Rocky gets absolutely mauled by Yule, though. This is not the thick play that they wanted. Doggerel dies on the point, down heavy this time, making a lot happen for his team. 2 down on the side of Butterfly Effect. They're forced to back out. And that Uber, unfortunately, trade not going for them as Lau still up on 100%. Add the bomb coming in. Nice surf from Lau. He fears, though, and does finally force Fane getting that no back cap attempt, it looks like, as Josh was forced to jump out. Uber out on the side of Arnold here, but we're yet to see a successful push come out of this team. How would you turn this round if you're Butterfly Effect right now, Michael?
I mean, try Fane Spy again, maybe? They just seem kind of stuck, right? They need something different. They've been very stagnant over the past several maps, doing absolutely nothing different. Their approach has just been, let's heal Rocky, let's walk forward, Rocky please kill. And it just hasn't been working. Happy Feet have got his number 2 to the trap.
From Redcoat. Fane and Raze, the flank both down. Uber is now finally committed from Arnold just onto Spade, but Lau gets it. Spade's fleeing for his life in this under point. Looks like he's really low. Yule gets fragged by the bat from Rocky. Trades happening left, right, and center, but it ultimately evens itself out to being 3 down on the side of Butterfly Effect, and the midpoint does fall to Butterfly Effect, stacking, seeing if they can deny some of these forwards. Unfortunately for them, everyone gets it, but this is some pretty thick Uber ad here, Michael.
Yeah, definitely. They're rocking about a 30% Uber ad as they're going to have some aggressive play coming from Butterfly Effect. Doggerel will trade for Yule, down, dying as well. And Elmo pretty low under the point, gets an arrow, but loses all of that health immediately. Lau and Redcoat will just have to duck out of this one. And probably not even stay in second. They won't be getting any forwards on their side. So maybe some sticks from Redcoat and then hide in lobby.
Yeah, a little too keen, I think, on that. They wanted to take it while their spawns were just not quite there, but those forward spawns really cost them that mid-fight and just overstaying their welcome a little bit, as it does see that there's still life coming out despite being 2 down on this last map from Butterfly Effect. Ubers are going to pretty much even themselves up before anything can happen here. Off-class down on Engineer. That's all we're seeing right now. Yes, that is indeed all we're seeing right now. Spam coming out into lobby from both teams as Redcoat actually does get taken down pretty low. Waits for the the arrow even from his medic. And we just sort of see another stalemate onto last here as actually the soldier jumping in from Spade and Fane. Fane so deep onto Lau. Lau forced.
Wait, Arnold
died.
What? He got finished off. How did he die? Elmo hit damage on him, and then he either killbinded, which I highly doubt, or fell and died. Yeah, he got RNG full damage. Not happy about that.
That sucks. It sounds like he got pushed by the gun and Elmo and just took a little bit more fall damage than he was expecting. For those of you who don't know, fall damage is actually got an element of randomness to it in this game. Fall damage is calculated by your velocity, but there is a random spread that it can do. Arnold just took the bet on how much that was going to be and bet wrong, dropping his Uber there. I guess that was happening. Bit of angry gamers to that, possibly.
Yeah, quite possibly. I don't know that this is the situation where you take a bet like that. You just kind of nut up and use, right? Like, I mean, what happens if if you land and live? You're using anyway because you're on, like, single-digit health there. I don't see the point of not using there. There's seconds in it, and the worst-case scenario happened, which you drop and give full Uber advantage to the team that's in the lead in every situation right now. They're in the lead in the map, they're in the lead in the series. They could just sit here on second and be quite happy with it. Rocky eating a lot of damage as he tries to go forward. Redcoat as well. They will both get healed up by their medics, but Redcoat dying to Rocky.
Rocky does lose his life immediately afterwards. Dogroll spamming really aggressively onto the bridge area makes Lau use his Uber first. Spade loses his life as well to down on the flank. This is a much better Uber. Fane not going to survive. Ray's surely not living. No, Ray's does live at the very end, but the wrap is so quick from Happy Feet through the choke. Dogroll seeing if he can do anything last minute, spamming some pipes out on towards Lau. Does lose his life. Unfortunately, a really late death from Dogroll. Only Elmo losing his life on the side of Happy Feet, and that was a really nice push from them, Michael.
Yeah, really good, really clean. I love the wrap play afterwards. That was just so heads up of them to make sure that they can secure a larger Uber advantage than they were already going to end up with. And they get the second point for free as well, which is going to let them build this up a lot faster than they would if there was a sack attempt. Engineer coming up on Rays in a different spot. Rocky on the heavy as well. I don't know that they're going to be able to stop this Uber though. Happy Feet, they've really hit their stride. A lot of defense. And we haven't seen a lot of pushes from them, and the pushes we have seen have been successful. And they're going to come in from under now.
Oh, big bomb from Redcoat gets Arnold immediately. Gun just now being focused down. Yule loses his life though. Point being played a little bit. Elmo is actually playing really well, jumping in on the flank, but it's everyone down. Just Aisho versus the entirety of Red Team right now. Looks like he is actually going to try to take a little bit of a cheeky fight on this under area. Ray's wrapping behind him. Not long for this world. Aisho loses his life. And they unfortunately beefed that push. Did you see what happened there, Michael?
I just nothing actually. Like they used it, got some damage, got a pick here or there, and then just didn't play the point and got minced in the post fight. Not what they've shown previously, but you're gonna see butterfly effect. They're gonna try and push this in. Rocky will die immediately, killing all momentum for Arnold to go forward and catch up with his team. Fane will manage to get back, and they're gonna pick for Elmo while they chase, but the health is completely appalling on Butterfly Effect here. They've got to go all the way to lobby so they can recuperate. And Yule's actually getting quite aggressive. Going to try and clean up some kills. Will end up getting Fane. And that's about it, as the cap will yet again go in favor of Happy Feet for the second point.
Yeah, even Uber's here though, so there's nothing really in it between these two teams. The late death of Fane might trigger a little bit of a trade coming out, possibly on Aisho. Maybe. Oh, is this a pause here, Michael?
Indeed, it is.
Looks like. I wonder if this last is successfully pushed, and then being a couple of rounds down, they opt to use their tactical pause, or if there is another reason for it. Other than that, I guess we see Ray's up on the sniper right now on the last point, seeing if he can hit anything before we pop in. Remember, of course, STVs are 90 seconds into the future for those of you who haven't watched this kind of game before. So this pause is actually happening a minute and a half from now. But yeah, we do see a little bit of a pause. Hopefully this will be Butterfly Effect kind of giving themselves a little bit of a reset right now. If you were Butterfly Effect, what would you be doing during this pause, Michael?
Untilting Rocky, I imagine. is probably what they're trying to do, or Arnold, one of them, surely, because I think you just need to get them back in the game. Mainly Rocky, honestly. His performance over the, past map and a bit has not been great, as our analyst talked about before, taking a lot of heals, not doing a lot of damage. And it's kind of been the pitfall of them during Sunshine as well, just taking these Rocky Ubers, but also Rocky getting dropped in some of these pushes. I just think they need to kind of level themselves out. There's nothing massively strategically they need to change. I just think they need to kind of pull themselves together. Like they're doing everything, or they're doing most of the things right. It's just those tiny little things like keeping players alive, and I mean,
yeah, it's just
using
like
Uber.
it's their Ubers. Yeah, their Ubers are not working well for them at the moment. Rocky has been dropped in almost every Uber that they've tried to take, and it's just like, yeah, I think there's a little bit of unhappy gamers on their team right now. While we're sitting in this pause, though, I think this is a brilliant opportunity to start talking to our analysts again. Sean, Dubious, and Cookie, do you have anything to say about what's been happening so far in this game?
Arnold needs to stop dying. I think that's basically it. Yeah, Elmo, I don't know. Elmo and Yule are just killing him all the time. Yeah, Rocky's getting dropped a lot. And yeah, I don't know. I think Butterfly Effect really need to start tightening up their play. I think after Logjam, they're essentially beefing a bit, and I think Doggerel's probably not getting as many heals as he needs. Redcoat seems to be able to get a lot of easy stick traps, and yeah, Happy Feet can just convert rounds, and Down and Ashu are cleaning up.
Yeah, I was just thinking, like, before we got to this point, I think Butterfly Effect tried for a 6v6 no Ubers dry push. As sort of like we got to try something. Let's do it. So Rocky went in first. Didn't get much support. He got owned at the door basically, and then lost.
Yeah, we do actually have an unpause now, as it looks like all of these players are spawning up for each team. Ray's actually swapped off to Engineer, I should say, rather than being on that Sniper class. Just some spam being exchanged right now. Looks like the gun's going to get spammed down on point by Elmo. And that's really all that we see happening. Give me a second to reload my HUD while you take this for a second.
Yeah, definitely. I took the opportunity to do it myself. We've got the gun being built up by Raze on his own left-hand side. So down, he's going to get a little cheeky and push in, which is going to make some space for Yule to do the same. Elmo in as well. They'll get a kill onto Spade, and that's it. They'll both lose their lives for it. And Butterfly Effect, they're actually getting really aggressive here. Rocky running ahead of the rest of his team, getting in the second without the beam on him. He's going so far forward, and he's put Arnold into a really awkward position where he's just got to use for no reason. And they've ended up pushing Happy Feet towards last. Trapped in the lobby, they'll have the worst Uber on Butterfly Effect, lose Doggerel and Rocky. They'll get their health up a little bit here, getting heals onto Down and Yule. They'll lose Spade on Butterfly Effect.
3 down, 4 down. Fane dies as well. It's just Raze and Arnold against the world. Not enough that they can do in that situation, and I think this is probably where we would have started seeing our pause come in to see if they can untilt some gamers. There it is. After this reset, looks like we have a disconnect, reconnect from a gamer. Oh, Arnold possibly lagging a little bit. It might have been what's happening. They would have taken this opportunity to give themselves a bit of a reset, though. Heading into this next mid, Michael, who are you watching?
Well, no one, because it looks like Doggerel botched his rollout, and Butterfly Effect are not showing up to mid. Or they chose to do it. I didn't see Doggerel's rollout, because I expected him to kind of show up to mid.
I think it was the disconnect, reconnect from Arnold. I think that's why they stopped that.
Yep. Okay.
Looks like they're not being gentlemanly gamers and opting to take the mid off that. Off that play. They'll probably treat it as even Ubers, though. I think that's probably the safest thing to do in this situation, as everyone is grinding up on each team. No off classes to talk about, as this is just a mid to second stalemate, Michael.
Yeah, definitely. Happy Feet, I mean, they're going to be happy in this situation. 10 minutes left, they're up 3-0. They've been controlling the tempo quite nicely across the past 3 CP maps, keeping them relatively low round.
Oh, nothing on to Medic, unfortunately, does lose his life there.
Yeah, and I think, like these past the past 2 maps that we've had for the 5CP, it's been 4 rounds each in 30 minutes. Yul will go in for the sack, but they'll get a pick on the dog roll with it. Fane trying to go in onto Lau will get the force, not the kill, as Lau drops quite low. And Arnold will use onto Rocky, getting caught out, having to tag Raze to catch up. They'll get Red Coat on the retreat, but Lau should be pretty safe, meeting up with Aisho.
Oh, unfortunately nothing there. Elmo and Down both dying as they try to get something onto Arnold in the post situation. Aisho dies late as well, and Josh, nice bomb actually through the choke, gets Lau super low. Lau does live just by the skin of his teeth there though.
Yeah, and really nice rockets from Yul to clean that up. Nice rocket, not a mini, but a rocket onto the archway above to knock him straight into the ground. Yul will be found as he is hiding in the corner. He'll try and get something, but just gets shut down by Rocky. As yeah, we've got Down on the engineer yet again for another last hold from Happy Feet, and I think I don't know, like
it's a little bit of ad
different
here, and Rocky goes in and dies again. Oh my god, I'm not sure what he was thinking there. Not sure if he just got juggled in by some stickies or what. But that's a Rocky on tilt moment. And Fane too.
Yeah. Fane goes in. I get what he's going for there. They're not going to push while Rocky's down, so he thinks, I'm going to take this time. We're down a player anyway, and they're going to get Uber in the time that Rocky spawns and gets there. So he goes in trying to make the play. I like that decision. It just didn't work out because the gun was already up.
Aisho Spy. He's behind them right now.
Oh no. And Arnold.
Fane is going to see him as he rolls out.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. That's good. Good for Arnold's sake. They'll find it, but he's brought 3 players back, and they've used the Uber while they've got 3 players not in last looking for the spy.
Oh my god.
Rocky's just in alone. He'll get Red Coat, but that's it. There's still full Uber advantage for Happy Feet here. And Aisho's still alive. They didn't even kill him.
He's not going to be able to get anything though, as he's just opting to leave through lower.
That's just as okay though. He'll be back on scout by the time Red Coat's up. They've still got the full Uber advantage. But oh, you've got Spade in. Really nice rocket onto Lau, but Lau with the perfect surf away, making it impossible for Spade to hit that last rocket he had.
Yeah, that's like I don't know what these players are, man. Like bringing so many players back and then they still use in there just for Rocky to only kill Red Coat. Like,
and then not even get the Uber.
Yeah, I mean, Lau made the right decision to drop Red Coat there. Like, he was, like, no one else was in danger from one scout who was now no longer shiny. Like,
yeah, and I'm sure Aisho during that is like telling his team that, you know, I've got 3 players back here looking at me. Don't even worry about this Uber. You know, there's no point using in that situation unless Lau gets absolutely focused, which they weren't doing. More
it looks like Spade gonna get caught in, actually does die, and there's no follow-up. Aisho kind of low, but that's all the follow-up that they're gonna get as the sack coming in, and there's no off-classes coming in from either team, right? But it's like, watching this, like, these gamers are so mad. Like, this is how upset people play video games, man. Like, this is not good if you are Butterfly Effect in the grand final right now.
Yeah, I think they, wait, did they? Yeah, they've used again before they've gone through. Rocky's just gonna get floated by the gun, and it'll eventually die, but by the time that happens, Rocky is unshiny, and on the point, getting forced back. No kills again coming out from Butterfly Effect, but not a force either. Just absolutely nothing. Like, they're just, I know, they're all caught up in their own head. With 6 minutes remaining, they're 3 rounds down, they need to win this. And then, honestly, I think even if they manage to bring it back and go to Golden Cap, that's not enough. They need to win this map in the next 6 minutes if they even want a chance at staying in this grand final. Spade, he's trying to push himself out left side, but he'll meet Yul and have to back up to get some health. Fane is pushing the left side. He'll die to the gun. Rocky will die as well as Spade gets caught behind. This is just a total crumble. And Lau...
Four-man sack. Oh, sorry, Braze lives there, so it was, I think, an attempted 4-man sack. It is a 4-man sack. Doggerel dies too. Arnold forced to leave with his medic right now. Down, actually, is that a Frontier Justice I hear ringing out from Down?
Yeah, I think it is.
As they do successfully re-push off their last demo. Still down, even Ubers. This is a good situation to try for something cheeky through choke if you're Happy Feet.
Yeah, I mean, but still, even Ubers, you've got the double soldier bomb into the battlements area. Elmo will kill Spade. Down will kill Fane, but trade his life for it. And you've got
Arnold
Rocky in again.
Uses here.
Yeah, he does, but
Elmo loses his life, though the trade is so bad on Arnold, and Arnold is surely caught, juggled.
Oh, okay.
What is that surf from Arnold? Does manage to get himself out. 3 down on the side of Happy Feet. This is actually reset into a pushable situation for Butterfly Effect, Michael.
Yeah, definitely. It's even the Uber's out. Redcoat getting the stickies a little bit early, letting Arnold surf away. But with 4.5 minutes left, they're down 3-0. It's technically not impossible, but with the way Butterfly Effect is playing now, they need to pull out a miracle. Elmo lands on Arnold, 2 rockets to kill him. Lau will die to a very nice rocket from Fane, and it's a 2v3, 2v2 now. As Yorlis to pull off a miracle, double scouts, he's not winning that one. That's the first round on Sunshine for Butterfly Effect with 4 minutes remaining. Still possible, but I'm not liking the chances.
Like such chaos into that last push, man. Like they looked like they were caught out. Quick frags onto the medic and the soldier from Happy Feet, but they still managed to win it. Those 2 insects just living right till the end, taking it all the way, and that is, as you say, 1 round up, 4 minutes left on the clock for them. It is kind of possible for them, as we see Spade and Fane jumping super deep. They do convert 2 quick frags, but the frags are falling the other way as the soldiers Elmo and Down are combining for some quick frags. Just Rays on 30 health left on his side of mid. Nice pipe by Redcoat to win the 1v1, taunting on the point as he successfully wins that mid for his team in what was actually a really close fight, Michael.
Yeah, definitely really close, but I'm honestly tempted to call it there for Butterfly Effect, not winning that mid. And you've even got Redcoat now, he's backing off of the point. I think Happy Feet at this point, they've got the mental game in their hands, right? There's no way that they are in a worse mindset than Butterfly Effect right now. And they've actually backed out of mid. I'm not too sure what their decision making is here for just completely backing out and not taking a mid fight v2.
I think they were worried that the spawns of Butterfly Effect would be there too quickly. And Rocky again jumping forward and feeding. Fane's in a really good position onto Lau, but he gets cleaned up. Doggerel gets cleaned up as well, actually. Yeah, that was definitely the right play from Happy Feet there, just to consolidate really, really hard around their med and wait for the over-enthusiastic play to come in from Arnold et al. The Kritzkrieg is actually popped on the side of Redcoat. I didn't even see that coming in. Nothing for him there. Elmo dies on the flank too. The Uber does get forced out, but that's all they get. Elmo down. The refight is happening. Ray's actually taken down very low. Double jump coming in to save his life from that fall damage. That crit's not getting anything there. 2 and a bit minutes left on the clock as Rays does feed in a little bit there. Yule does die. Fane gets cleaned up as well. Spade in the back line, seeing if he can get anything. Fat pipes from Redcoat does mean that he gets traded out, and that is a wipe. 2 minutes left. Complete wipe on the side of Butterfly Effect. GGs are starting to be called in this chat, as it does look like our... Oh, actually, the scout's behind. Oh, Down sees him. Rocky feeding.
Trying to get the final drop onto the stats there, you know.
Yeah, but look, it's looking like too little too late. It looks like Happy Feet are our OzFortress Season 27 Premier Champions. Just going to say that word funny again. As we do enter a little bit of dead time right now. Any last things to say before we time out on this one, Michael?
No, look, I think just really well played by Happy. They played the right way in the best of 5, right? Realistically, you're never looking to close it out in 3. You know, like, both of these teams are really good. They've played each other, and they've played each other really closely. So I think Happy Feet, you know, maybe expected a bit for it to go to a 4th, maybe even a 5th map, depending on how Butterfly had continued through. But I think Butterfly, they needed to win it in 3 if they wanted to stand a chance, because, you know, as we saw here, you know, they got pushed around a little bit, had some plans not go their way, and were kind of read by the 3rd map by Happy Feet, and it just... They crumbled. And had pretty much nothing left.
Excellent reversal of the last time these guys met, and Rocky's team kind of stomping them the last time in the playoffs game that they met up against each other. And then an excellent reset, and just I think the experience showing through on the side of Happy Feet, as I believe every single player on the side of Happy Feet has played in grand finals before, some of them many, many times.
And many of them have won multiple grand finals. Like, they are no strangers to this stage.
Yeah, I think there's a few, like Arnold and Rocky have, of course, won before.
Yeah.
I'm not sure anyone else on that team has. Fane's come second,
Yeah.
I think. But yeah, we do enter some dead time now, as this was taken 4-1. Hand over to our analysts for a little bit of analysis, but I don't think there's too much to say, is there, boys?
That pipe won that mid, and I think probably the grand finals, yeah. Redcoats pipe on Rays just at the very end there. They did pop the crits, of course, but like crits versus Uber, but yeah, Butterfly Effect weren't able to, rush into choke and kill them. Congrats to Happy Feet. Yeah, I think, you see the affected tilt. You see the effect of like players starting to rush forward.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Damn, Arnold, man. Damn. Happy Feet just mulched him basically every time on that map.
13 deaths compared to Lau's 3. Yeah, that's so rough, bro. But yeah, I guess that wraps up anything. Is there any other analysis people want to say before we head over trying to get some of these players in for an end of season interview?
I mean, I think that pretty much summarizes it, right? Like, the tilt came into play. It no longer really felt like we were watching like Happy Feet versus Butterfly Effect, because Butterfly Effect were just like clearly tilted from the like losing the round, the golden cap that they should have won when Bane drops the medic. It was just evident like they were playing like they didn't think they could win.
Yeah, it was definitely dead time for the last like 6 minutes, I think, to be honest, of this map. It seemed like the heart had definitely dropped out of the game for Butterfly Effect. Who do we have waiting for interviews at the moment?
Elmo, Fane, Josh, Rocky, Lau.
Awesome. Can we move some of these gamers in for some interviews?
Do at the time.
Awesome. So,
hi, Lau.
Hello.
G'day, everyone. We do
hi,
have
Lau.
everyone coming in here. First of all, congratulations to Happy Feet, your ozfortress Season 27 championships. Bad luck on the second place finish for Butterfly Effect. I guess we'll just hand over to Happy Feet first. How do you guys feel about the games that you guys played tonight?
Fucking elated, man. Actually, probably the happiest I've ever been after winning, probably since beating Ego.
Yeah, feels good winning. You can't go wrong with that.
Why is that, Elmo? Why is this one better?
Because I've been in a fucking retard meme team since like the last Jasmine team, and it feels bad. With this idiot Sean last season and some other noobs that aren't even worth mentioning. So it feels good to win again. Also, Roma Gamer.
Dude, yeah, you played pretty fat on that one. Let's, before we do any other sort of serious questions, let's head it over to the other team. We have Fane, Spade, and Rocky in from the second place team tonight. How do you feel about what went down tonight, guys?
I'll take it off. It's a bit unfortunate, obviously, but we feel pretty content with the outcome, considering we kind of started off the season as what I would think would be the underdog team.
Yeah, when I made this team, I was like going to be pretty content if we were like able to snatch third away from like TBZ and Tog, but we ended up taking Hertz's team down as well. It's good.
Yeah, I think everyone was incredibly surprised with how beast you were.
Yeah, I mean, you guys have been on and off together for a few seasons now, right?
Yeah, mixed and matched, but Spade, me, and who else?
I think Doggerel and Razor on the original Butterfly Effect, but Doggerel was playing Med and Rocky was playing Roma, so not really the same team at all.
No.
Yeah, I mean, I guess, do any of our analysts have any questions that are probably much smarter than anything I could think of?
Was there any tilt after the golden cap on Logjam? Because it seems like you guys tried to rush a lot of other pushes from then on, and then you got shut down in the doors pretty good by Redcoat and the soldiers.
I don't know if I'd call it tilt, but it caught off us guard and was a bit bewildering. We tried to just make the best of it, I suppose. Maybe it was a bit rushed, but
I feel that stab from Fane was huge, and then unfortunately you guys couldn't quite convert it, which is always hard to see, and like I definitely would have been mad after that.
Yeah, keep rubbing it in, Xander.
The plan was just we were trying to distract with the gun pick And as he goes to this the stab, we like immediately Uber on and try and kill as many people as possible. But there was a miscom. Like some people thought they were trying to do a point play, but we knew some people wanted to go for the kills.
We kind of did the same shit. Like point doesn't really. Like, Logjam used to be incredibly quick, didn't it? But now it's like one of the slowest points. So you get baited into point playing, and it never really works.
And since it's such a tiny arena, I do think the way to go is, especially if you kill the mid, is just crush as many people as possible and then go for the point. Like, what's stopping?
The only time you can really play point is when they like all in spawn, but you guys weren't in spawn because like the med only just died. You weren't expecting to like have to be that far back, so playing the point wasn't the right call.
There was one push you guys did. That was a straight point play. Was that planned? Did you know
that one? Yeah, team all in spawn.
Yeah, did you guys know that they were going to rush into spawn? Because there was a previous last push you did, and you guys focused frags. Especially you, Rocky. The point was wide open, but you just ran around. And then I think you lost that one.
I think Doggerel was screaming at him to run on it as well.
And then the next last push, you went straight to the point, and then
I was a little bit more sensitive to the point after that. I expected the enemies just to be closer, and I thought we could actually kill them before they got on the rollers, but I'm not sure if I had much jump assistance with our heavies, but that's alright.
Sure, and I think a question for Elmo, you've played a bit of Soldier before, but how did you and Down go about swapping over? Was it a situation of Down just not wanting to play Roma anymore, or did they feel that you would be more effective, or what was the theory behind that switch?
I mean, I don't think Down was super keen on Roma. I think it was just more the dynamic wasn't really working between us. So, and Down's, him and this circle jerk spend like 9 hours each day on Badlands mid scout. So he's obviously a beast, and obviously he's played in grand finals and all that before.
Yeah, Down.
So
plays a lot.
When we swapped, it kind of just made the dynamic of the team a lot better.
Yeah, especially because he plays more around the combo compared to you, Elmo. You're more get behind them, shoot them in the bum, sort of flank scout.
Down did a lot of get behind plays. I mean, maybe not in the grand final so much, but when we tried it and it worked pretty well. Like I think it was more so on like Gully, which we didn't play.
Oh
but
yeah,
he did do a lot of behind plays that worked really well, so we were happy with that dynamic.
Yeah, we found it a lot harder to verse, like the more double combo scout orientated lineup, because typically we've found that the way to play against you guys was kind of just break you apart, like when Elmo's doing his little run around the map stuff.
Well, I think a part of it was like a lot of the time I felt like I just couldn't really do anything, so I just kind of end up baiting even when I played around the combo, and Down just does it better. I'm a bit of a dinosaur in scout terms, I guess.
Yeah,
especially,
I guess that
your team's the hardest to deal with, I think. Sorry, Xander.
No, that's all right. I was just going to say, for you guys, of course, winning Prem, do you guys have any plans for next season? You going to stick together? You going to do something else? What's the vibe in the Happy Feet camp?
No, there'll definitely be another Coffee Clock / Happy Feet team, whether I'm on it or other gamers are on it. I think a certain med main wants to go show his MG ability, as he always also spends 9 hours a day on Badlands mid. And I might be joining another shittier circle jerk once again, but we'll have to see.
Do you guys have plans for the next season on the Butterfly Effect camp?
Not particularly. I'm a big proponent of just letting the dust settle and see what happens.
Sure, awesome. Well, thanks, guys. I guess we'll start trying to wrap it up here, heading towards shout-outs. But yeah, congratulations to Butterfly. Oops. Congratulations to Happy Feet, your season 27 champions, and of course, consolation prize, second place going towards Butterfly Effect. Well played tonight, guys. It was fantastic. TF2 to cast. We'll head into shout outs right here. Let's just head our way down. Cookie, what are your shout outs?
Shout out to both teams. It's a fun game to watch. Everyone watching. That's it.
Let's go to Elmo. Any shout outs?
Shout out to the boys. Nice comeback after losing Via and losing the upper bracket final. And shout out Older Gamers, a great 5th place. You're a brilliant team this season. Was real proud of your work. Thanks for the cast and all that as well.
Awesome. Fane, any shout outs?
Yeah, sure. Shout outs to my mates watching. I'm sure they're getting active in chat and probably getting owned by mods. But yeah, shout outs to them, and also shout outs to our team for doing a good job this season. Shout outs to the other team for well played grand final.
Spade, any shout outs?
Yeah, just my team. Thanks for playing with me. I know I suck, but yeah, cool.
We love you still.
Any shout outs, Rocky?
Yeah, to the boys. Well done, guys. Not what we hoped for, but that's right. And a shout out to Moob.
Lau, any shout outs?
Shout out to the producers for making this happen. Shout out to the team for making it a good match. Shout out to all my friends who messaged me. Good job after winning. And shout out to the Circle Jerk, Ram Circle Jerk, and yeah.
Michael, any shout outs?
Yeah, shout outs to Core on the production. Always good stuff getting him in and getting all of these games sorted out. Shout outs to everyone in the production as well. Xander, Cookie, Sean, and man,
Dubious.
Xander, Cookie, Sean, Dubious. Yep, that's right. He's not in Mumble. Totally forgot he was here. But yeah, shout outs to everyone. It was really good tonight. And yeah, here's to more next season.
Yeah, I think Dubious has work or something tomorrow. Had to bail. So yeah, also thanks to Dubious. But we'll head to Sean for some last shout-outs.
Yeah, shout-outs to both teams for the good game. Shout-outs to production crew, especially Connor, for actually casting the game. And yeah, shout-outs to the ozfortress admins.
Awesome, and I guess that wraps us up for tonight. Shout-outs to both teams for some fantastic TF2. Season 27 was a fantastic season, the closest grand final we've had in the last couple of seasons. I'm keen to see what next season brings. We'll, of course, be back on TF Live with casts of the Premier Division of ozfortress in the next season. Shout-outs to all of my co-casters for tonight, the analyst desk, and Michael, Dubious, Sean, Cookie, all of you guys. Shout out to Elmo, of course, for winning best caster of the season, and shout out to Connor for doing all of the organization that you guys saw tonight. So that about wraps us up for this evening. Fantastic games all around. We'll catch you again on TF Live next season for some more ozfortress Premier action. Have a good one, guys. Good night.